Welcome back. My guest today is, he's one of those guys, when you see his clip come up on Instagram, you always stop because you always know you're going to laugh. He's a hilarious content creator. He is also the host of the Pillow Talk podcast. Please welcome Mr. Ryan Pownall. Did I get it right there?
He got it right.
Yeah, right.
You
It's
didn't get
Pownall.
it right.
Ryan
Pownall.
Pownall. I did it wrong deliberately.
You did the dyslexic thing.
Pownall. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome. Ryan, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
I love your show, and
Yeah?
I love your clips. I stop and watch them.
Really?
You're one of the first 3 things I see when I open my timeline every day. Because you give the real shit. I like what you say about astrology. I like what you say about girls, chill the fuck out on this perfect dream guy.
Yeah.
I like everything you're doing.
Yes.
Big Michael Sartain guy.
I appreciate that,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, one of the things I try to do that's different is I try to just use numbers and then show them. Like, for instance, have you seen the delusional calculator?
Yeah.
You should do it with the girls in your show.
Yeah.
The delusional calculator, the girl will describe her perfect guy, and then you'll be like, that's 0.02% of the population.
Crazy.
6 feet tall, not overweight, $100,000 a year, not married, fucking whatever, under the age of 60. And then you'll say, okay, well, let's look at your demographic. 21 years old, doesn't make any fucking money,
Yeah.
has a kid, slightly overweight, blah, blah, blah. Like 27% of the population.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like they don't realize it. And the first time they see it, they're super angry, but like they can't get mad because the numbers are the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
I think my calculator's getting delusional looking for a girlfriend now.
Okay, go into it.
It's just what I'm looking for in Los Angeles, California, is just, a nice girl.
Yeah. But it's hard.
That's delusional.
Yeah, so
Pure, sweet, loyal,
Ryan,
loving, kind.
I
cares about you.
Yeah, I was watching your videos before, and I think you and I probably went through so I used to manage a strip club long time ago, and I went to this period where it was like, she is hot, I will have sex with her.
Right.
It made no difference whatsoever. And then it was like, there was all these red flags, and like, red flags means more sex, good.
Right.
That's all the things that guys are like, oh, you don't want to marry this girl, these are red flags. I would look at like, those are green flags. What are you talking about? Lots of tattoos.
Yeah, she's hot.
Wait, a tongue ring? That means she's DTF. What are you talking about?
She's
Like,
on her 3rd boob job?
yeah, the
Love
third
it.
move, that's awesome.
Yeah.
1,200 cc's. But again, I'm 26 years old at this point, right? I'm a lieutenant in the military. I've spent like 10 months in the Middle East. I come back, and my requirement is she's hot.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And every guy goes through this period. And then what happens is generally what's supposed to happen is you get used to being around hot girls, and then that thing kind of fades. And then later on, you're like, well, maybe I want kids, or I want it to like fit. And I found the worst city in the world to find that is Los Angeles.
Absolutely.
Because, well, actually, I'll take it back. Probably Miami. Just because Miami is slightly more transactional. They're like just more overtly transactional.
Yeah.
Whereas like in LA, like a girl isn't going to ditch you for a better table at Mr. Jones or a yacht party.
Yeah.
Because nobody there gives a fuck about
That's
the
true.
nightlife.
That's more Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like nobody, no offense to LA, but tons of offense to LA. There's no good nightclubs in LA.
No. I haven't been out once 2023.
Yeah.
I haven't gone.
Yeah. But like, that's the thing. Like here, I can meet really pretty girls that like come visit. Or the other thing that I do think is a slight advantage here is that if you meet a girl who works at a nightclub, she's making $200K a year. So she doesn't have to hook. She doesn't have to do OF.
See, I like those girls.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
She's a little flirty with the clients.
Yes.
Good work, baby.
Yeah.
We all flirt a little bit.
That doesn't bother you, right?
No, that's fine. You know what? Anything you're doing, as long as you're open and honest about it and I can trust you, is cool. I could date a porn star. Because I've been on porn sets now. I'm working with Brazzers and Bang. I go on about 2 porn sets a week now.
Okay.
I do behind the scenes comedy content. And watching porn is completely different than what I thought.
Wait, do you have a microphone and you're just doing like commentary?
Yeah.
Like Al Michaels?
Yeah.
Fuck, bro, I'm so jealous.
Exactly.
Like I've always
Like
like
Al
thought that
Michaels.
would be such a great thing to do.
Yeah, I'm the first ever to do it.
Because I know Nikki Benz tried to do something like that for like Brazzers house or some shit.
Right, yeah.
And like, well, that is such a great idea.
It's fucking awesome.
Some people in OF asked me to do it, and I was like, dude, I'm a retired military officer. I'm not going to do porn commentary. But what a genius idea,
We're
bro.
doing one soon, me and Bob Menery, where we're actually going to be dressed up in suits. We're going to do play-by-play.
That's so
like
great.
Al Michaels. You know what I
I
mean?
will 100% watch
Yeah.
that. I would never
On an
watch porn,
orgy.
honey. Never watch porn, but I'm going to watch that for sure.
Does she let you watch porn?
She wants to watch. So my girlfriend had never seen porn before, ever once in her life.
So you found that 0.002%.
Yeah, well, so for me, just think about this, right? So from my standpoint, and when you think about this, think about how hard it is. I host, I just finished last Friday, because I invited you, to my 53rd bikini competition that I've hosted.
Sorry we missed it.
Yeah, one of the competitions is called Swimsuit USA. All the girls there, no tattoos, no OnlyFans, none of them are married. Like it's an actual pageant, like pageants used to be, like Hooters back in the 90s.
Okay.
Hooters back in the 90s used to be fine ass girls, not like today,
Right.
where it's like girls that are like out of high school and shit, and like slightly overweight with a kid.
Yeah. It's just haters when you walk in there, not
Yeah,
Hooters.
it's not, it's haters.
They're like, like, where's my tits?
Yeah.
They're just mad.
So anyway, like I go there and like you should just imagine, right? All these girls, most of them are from the South, Australia, Canada, and the UK. Like there's just those type of girls do these pageants. There's like no Miss Las Vegas, which I was disappointed by. But we go there and there's this one girl and she's got the biggest blue eyes. She's like 5'9", huge fake boobs, and she's just like has nothing but fucking attitude like a rattlesnake. And I go up to her like the second day and I'm like, hey, just want to let you know, you're the hottest girl here and you're not going to win.
Yeah.
Because you don't flirt with the judges and you have a big boob job. You're mine. And like we just like I just knew this is the girl I wanted, and we've just been stuck together for the last year.
Oh wait, that's your girl?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how I met her. Yeah, I met her. I just like I knew, and then we met. Like we when we started hooking up, I didn't know she was gonna be my girlfriend, but she came a couple of times, and I was like, "This is what I do for work. Are you cool with that?" She goes, "Yes." And then the other part that was really helpful for me was. I was like, I really like girls, and she goes, I really like girls more, and then that made it work, and so we could be really honest about that thing. And
I love her now.
Yeah, but you understand.
Yeah,
I never have to say anything.
I want her.
Yeah, she's good.
I'm
It's
coming
great.
for her.
She's coming for my
She
girl.
sounds
Watch
great.
out, Kylie. Watch out. But no, that was the thing that made it work. It was that like she liked girls. Like, and now at first she was a little apprehensive, but now it's the point where it's like, how come we don't have a girl tonight? Like, what's wrong with you?
So you how many threesomes are you guys having?
Enough. A fair amount.
I think that's what
Michael
I want.
Michael is very happy.
I think that's what I want next. Before I find my married wife, I think I want a girl that like I want to fling something.
I think that should be your married wife. I think you never have to lie. You never have to fucking like. There's no secrets, bro. It's incredible.
You know what? I don't cheat. I'm a one-woman guy. I like the one vagina. I don't need sex. I don't even like sex that much. I hate one-night stands. I can't stand.
I've never deliberately had a one-night stand.
Yeah, you have.
No, I've had them, and then the girl leaves, but I've never, like, I've always hit them back, like, hey, let's go out again. I've never, if a girl is hot enough for me, I'm at the point.
You've been dumped every time.
No, it's like, no. What happens is we'll meet at a nightclub, we'll hook up, and then the next day she goes back to her husband that she lied to me about having. That's what I mean. Like, it ended up being a one-night stand.
But don't you hate, like, look, you're fucking for 10, 15 minutes, let's be real. The whole fucking thing that comes with it. You know, you're talking to her at the bar all night. That's fun because you're out and that's what you wanted.
Yeah.
But the Uber home, you're talking, you come home and then you get that awkward walk-in. Can I get you a drink? All of that before hooking up. And then once it's over, what do we all want them to do? It's the worst.
You want them to leave. Interesting. So here's the thing.
They want to stay. You wanted them to
Here's
leave.
the thing.
And
So-
you feel terrible because you're a good guy.
So it's different for me because, like, all these girls, you know, I do Babes in Toyland, right?
Yeah.
All these, we're like in a clique. I don't know if it makes any sense, but like they all come to my charity events.
Right.
And like girls that I would end up hooking up with, I've known them for years. When we were friends, and then we just like one day it was like, yeah, I don't have a boyfriend anymore. I'm coming home with you, and I was like, okay, that sounds whatever. And it was like that type of situation. And I actually like being around them. I like.
I love the girls. I like them as friends.
Yeah.
All the porn girls are,
So you
are my homies.
you like them as friends too.
I love them.
And you understand being friends with them. You meet more of them, and then a ton of them want to sleep with you.
Yes, that's what you're on point for.
Yes, I mean that's so crazy that so many guys, especially red pill dudes, like don't grasp that concept.
No, it's
like,
the play.
dude. Like I had a crush on Nikki Benz, you know, maybe 10 years ago. She was super hot. Like Madison Ivy. Every time I still meet her, I'm like, oh my god. We have each other's number. And I was like, oh my God, it's Madison Ivy. But the reality is, like, I would not want to date Madison Ivy or Nikki Benz. But I sure as fuck would go to a club with them. And every time I do, the girls stop. Because the number of girls that watch porn, fellas, they're lying to you. A lot of them are watching this shit.
They all watch lesbian porn.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
And when I would go out with, like, fucking Phoenix, Marie and I are friends. Melissa lives here. And
I'm going out with Phoenix tomorrow.
Yeah, Phoenix is awesome.
So my crew tomorrow, just so you know, if you want to come with us, we got Phoenix Marie, Rochelle Ryan, Alexis Fox, Nara Ford. I know you know her.
Yeah.
And then Haley. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to come out, we have a big crew tomorrow.
Nara is like, have you ever met Kindly Myers?
Yeah.
Nara is like Kindly. Like if you meet the two of them.
No, I know Nara well.
Yeah, they're very similar.
Yeah.
Like they're very similar. So like, you know, it's just one of these situations. Like Nara's a great example. Nara is a great wingman.
Yeah.
If you go out with Nara, your chances of hooking up with a girl are so much higher.
Because she's so lesbian.
Because she's so, but she'll turn things sexual so fast, and you don't, as the dude, you don't have to do creepy shit. Because Nara will, no one's creepier than Nara.
Exactly.
Not creepy, but you know, aggressive. You know what I'm saying? She's got her fucking robot arms. You know those tats. I love her look is so different because she's got 6-pack abs and she's got these fucking robo go-go gadget arms. You know what I'm saying?
And then she looks like a Playboy bunny.
Yeah, she looks like a Playboy bunny. Yeah. Exactly. So she's super funny. She's so funny.
But back to your point, if I would have, first day I met Nara, I met her at AVN.
Yeah.
If I would have just went, I want to fuck this girl right away, you know, even if I did, we would not be friends now. So 3 things are going to happen if you try to fuck a girl you like. Either you fuck her, then you never talk to her again. You date her, eventually you'll never talk to her again. Or she says no and it's fucking weird.
Yeah.
You're done. As soon as you try to fuck a girl, the friendship is over forever.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But by the way, notice what you said. As soon as you try,
Yeah.
you can still fuck a girl and still be friends with her. But she's the one who like will initiate it.
Right, then it's cool.
But it's so crazy because girls don't even grasp this. They're like, they'll end up like competing over a dude because he's not giving them an attention. Like for instance, Bulzarian, who lives near here, he lives here in Vegas. Bulzarian, like I go out with him sometimes and he legit doesn't hit on girls.
Yeah.
And they start, like I've seen two girls get into a physical altercation to stand next to him.
Yeah.
There's a famous story about one girl kicking another girl just to stand in San Diego, just to stand next to him. It's crazy.
He's got it a little different than the normal guy.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But it's just, but that concept, so many people don't grasp that shit.
Yeah.
I was listening to Bulzarian talking to Adam 22, and they did one where Adam was talking about there was a guy who worked on his set who made friends with all the porn stars, and he started getting laid a bunch because he was just friends with all these girls.
That's what it is. So I've never hit on one of my guests. We've done 125 episodes. That's a known fact. I've never even flirted with one.
Yeah.
Beyond just friendly flirting. And now I'm friends with all of them, and then I go to all these parties with them. Like tomorrow, we're a great crew. I'm going to meet a beautiful girl.
Of course.
Because of that. So yeah, don't shoot your shot. Know when to shoot your shot.
Yeah, for
Michael
sure.
Sartain's right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Or having 5 girls with you, every girl is like looking like, what is going on with
who's
this guy?
this fucking guy?
Even
I
if-
want to be number 6.
Yeah, and even if they know cognitively you're not fucking any of them,
Yeah.
their brain, their cavewoman brain is like, these women are giving him compliance. There's something going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's-
they're hot, and they're hotter than me. So what the fuck?
It's so crazy because my girlfriend can get away with things I can't get away with in a club or whatever. Like sometimes she's like, hey, Michael, I like this girl. What do I do? And I take her hand and we'll walk right up to the girl and I'll just put her hand right on the girl's boob. It's like, you see, I just grabbed her boob and nothing happened. You're a girl. You can just grab girls' boobs. No one says you're hot. You could just do anything you want.
So is that your system?
Huh?
You go with her. She kind of does the lesbian flirting thing. Do you want to come home?
No,
This is Mike?
my girlfriend is so attractive that we don't even have to do that. She just like looks at girls and they'll be straight women.
Yeah,
who
but
wanna
how
come
do they
over this.
get Mikey Boy in?
They don't have to get. I mean, I'm gonna do whatever they want. Like my
No,
girlfriend.
I know, but like, what's your move? So you see a hot girl at the bar. It's you and Kylie.
Yeah, we'll walk up. We'll walk up and talk to him, and I'm super like big bro. Hey, bro, what's going on? What do you live here? Cool. What do you do? What are you guys doing later on tonight? And then usually the vibe will go to, oh fuck, I hope you don't steal my girlfriend. Right?
That's
It's like,
good.
oh my God, I hope you don't make my girlfriend naked. I hope nothing like that happens.
Good.
Like I'll act like super innocent
Good.
and like do the opposite. It's like, oh, would you guys like me to pull the car around? For sure, I'll just meet you guys in the valet.
Oh,
and then
so
they
you-
both get in the back
Okay.
seat. Like I'm always like, I act like I'm the butler.
So you don't say, you ever been with a couple? You don't
No,
do
never.
that?
I never do
Okay.
that because
Good.
the problem is I've seen too many guys do the couple thing.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you're a couple and you're doing this, you get one shot, but that's it. Like,
They
don't
have
keep doing it.
Couples Tinders.
Yeah, couple, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, what I'll do instead is like, because they're just so into Kylie, they're like, oh, we'll just do that, and then Kylie will bring it up. But the thing is, like, if a girl is that attracted, you can just say, "Do you want to come home with us?" And they'll just say yes.
Right.
There really isn't game. With a dude, there has to be game. Even if a girl really likes you, you can't go, "Hey, do you just want to come over and fuck later?"
Yeah.
Like she's just like, that's even a porn star is going to be like, can we do something else? Like, can we have a drink or something?
Yeah.
We're just going to go over and fuck. Is that it? Like, you have anything else to say?
Yeah.
But when it's two girls, they can just say that too. Dude, I watch lesbian girls. They'll just do that. They'll just be like, "Do you want to come over and fuck?" And the girl will be like, "Yes," because they have this fucking pass that we don't have as men. sometimes.
Imagine a dude said that. You know?
Of course, it's crazy.
I got asked in Cancun once. He said, "Can you fuck my?" You wanted to cuck for me.
Yeah.
Can you come fuck my girl? And
Yeah.
I'll watch in the corner. Couldn't do it.
Happened to me in Jamaica.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah. You know what's
What,
funny?
Did you do the fucking?
No. So
I couldn't do it.
guy came up and asked me, and I saw the girl, and she was really, really attractive. And of course, I was like weirded out by the whole thing. I was like, no, can't do that. I ended up dating the same girl. That would have been 2016. I ended up dating the same girl in 2020. She flew out to stay with me, and I asked her the story, and she was like, yeah, it was horrible. And she's like, every time I would do it, she said afterwards the guy would try to steal me away. And I was like, so did somebody steal you away? She's like, no. And like, that's even more confusing.
Yeah.
Like, how did you not get stolen away when your man's trying to get cucked for you? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I just don't understand.
I don't
Anyway.
understand cucks either, but that's another one.
All right. So can you talk about like your beginnings? Like you're doing world's records biggest beer pong festival in Toronto.
I like guys that research.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
So like explain that. So I've done some beer pong. What are you doing? Like you at pop-up nightclubs?
This is before COVID. This is before all
Of
this
course.
shit.
So what we're
Yeah.
talking like 2018, 2017, somewhere like
Yeah,
that?
there you
Okay.
go. So I started, it was in my backyard. I was
Okay.
hosting beer pong tournaments just for my birthday every year. And there was like 100 people one year, then like 200, 300, 400. Then one year my dad says like, "Hey, you got to get the fuck out of my backyard. It's getting too big."
Yeah.
So my birthday became legendary. It's in Ottawa, Canada, where I
Yeah.
grew up. So then one day I just said, you know what, fuck, because I was a nightclub guy my whole life. I said, fuck it. I'm renting out the biggest venue in Ottawa, and we're going to have the world's largest beer pong tournament.
Nice.
Dad, I need your credit card. Please believe in me. And he did. And then boom, we fucking did it. 2,000 people showed up, 1,000 teams. Nuts. And then we did it second year, third year. And by the fourth year, we had 4,000 people, 2,000.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
Do you have girl teams?
Yeah. It was more girls than guys because we did half the money went to best costume, and it was a costume contest. The other half went to the winners. So it was a very costume focused
So
thing.
you understand you got to keep the ratio right.
That's it.
That or it destroys the party.
And all the Instagram, all the socials promoting it was girls in matching hot fits.
There you
so
go.
it's like, what are we going to wear? What are we going to wear to Palooza? What are we going to wear to Palooza?
Yeah.
That was the thing.
That's amazing.
And it was amazing. Nelk Boys hosted it in year 4, way back in the day. Celebrities, people were flying in from all over. And then I thought, okay, we got to tour this thing. So I was planning a 10-city tour across Canada. I had a bus rented, Palooza, with all our tables in it, this, that. We were going to go to the U.S. the year after, and I thought this was my multi-million-dollar deal. Like, this was going to be my thing. COVID hit.
Yeah.
And that's where I got fucked in the vagina.
Yeah.
So then I started doing, okay, well, let me make a video. Let me make another video. Okay, let me start a podcast. And that's how everything started. But I was going to be a beer pong guy.
Yeah.
That was going to be my thing. Pretty crazy. I'm really happy though, because fuck, I was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
As doing the event stuff.
I think you could do it and then replace yourself and sell it.
Yeah,
as an
but
idea.
it's so much fucking work.
Is it? Yeah.
Now the Nelk Boys want to do it, and they want to do it for full send. So I'm actually helping them a little bit. I don't know if we're going to do it now, but we were talking about it a few months ago. But Nelk might do like a full fucking thing. They said with Dana White, they're going to do it at the UFC Apex, the
That's
finals.
a great idea.
They should do it.
UFC's next door to us. The headquarters is next door to here.
Is the Apex there?
Is Apex next door?
Yeah, the
So
Apex.
we're right
Okay,
next
so
to. There's
so
a
that's
there's
where
a
the
wall.
finals are going to be.
That's amazing.
So I'm going to help the Nelk Boys do it, but fuck, it's a lot of work. And events, man, it drains me. Just being out and being that guy every night. And my thing was like the funny drunk party guy. And fuck, it drains me, man.
It's hard. Yeah.
You've done it.
I've never drank.
You've never drank in your life?
I've had over the course of a year. I will have 4 drinks, maybe.
That's
and I won't finish them.
Good. Well, that's what I'm on
Yeah.
now.
I've never tried cocaine. I've never tried marijuana.
I've never tried
No,
coke.
I'm not gonna lie. I had a threesome and they put the marijuana in my mouth and I did inhale. So that, like, I will admit to that. But I'm sorry, friends, it was worth it. Okay, I'm not gonna. maybe more than once that's happened. But that's the only, like, it's got to be that in order for me to.
I've never done coke in my life.
You've never done coke,
and
yeah.
I did 12 years of nightclub promoting.
Isn't it crazy?
You know what? What the fuck is driving me to do my first line? Everyone on coke is a fucking loser.
Yeah.
They're in my ear talking their up. They're not getting hard. They're up till noon the next day, not getting work done. Ryan, try your first bump. You need it every time you go out after you try your first one.
Can you imagine the first person who'd like decided to stick a needle in their arm for heroin?
Crazy.
Like, if you're seeing someone you like do it, I maybe get it. But that first guy was like,
what is
let me
that
let me
anyways?"
stick this in me.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be heroin. And I'm sure it feels great. But like, holy shit, bro. Like, that's one of the. And then crack. Like, the first guy to do crack. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first back in 1984 in fucking Queens, New York. Like, hey, let me try this crack thing. Let me see how this works.
Yeah.
That's the part that's crazy.
It's fucking insane. And,
Yeah.
But people that try their first crack or heroin, knowing, we all know how fucked it is.
Yeah.
The world's done a good job of being like, crackheads and heroin addicts are fucked. They die. It's not good. It's impossible to quit. Who's still doing heroin? Your first one. Yeah, okay, let me try one. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. It's
I don't
nuts.
do drugs anymore at all. I'll do a little mushrooms. That's it.
Have you so you probably went through this period in your life where I remember being the guy to go to clubs, doing well with a woman, and then losing to the coke dealer. Have you ever had that? Was that ever an issue?
Because he's having the after party.
He's having the after party. He comes up and like he just like
He's got the bag.
You're you
Yeah.
know, I'm 21, 22 years old and I'm
Yeah.
going out to these clubs and I just remember being like, why do I keep losing? Like, I don't understand. Like, this girl likes me. What happened?
Yeah.
And then like it took years for me to figure out. It's like, oh, he's the coke dealer.
Yeah.
Or like why the hottest girl at the strip club I was working with is like with this 2-time felon. Like, is he paying for her life? Does he really love the fuck out of her? Like, what's going on? And then I learned about cocaine and I was like, oh, okay, that's the great equalizer.
So I used to, one of my places in Toronto, I had all the after parties. I actually used to buy cocaine just to have it.
yeah, of course.
For the party.
I've seen people who don't do drugs who have it on them. Yeah, for sure.
And it's just, fuck it. Everyone loves coke. All right, fine. For you
Yep.
fucking degenerates.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why people
I don't
do
drink
coke.
tequila. I have that fucking 1.75 liter of
There
Casamigos
you
right
go.
there in
There you
my
go.
in my freezer at all times.
I
Man.
quit weed too. I'm done with weed.
Yeah,
Drugs are fucked, man. I'm done with drinking. Like,
yeah.
the amount of work you get done when
Isn't it
all
crazy?
successful people, yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
I can't believe I was doing like day on, day off, blackout, hangover, blackout, hangover. Crazy.
Dude, I need to introduce you to the productivity crew.
Yeah.
The Wes Watsons.
Well, now I'm good. I haven't done anything all year. I've
Yeah.
been drunk 3 times this year.
Yeah, I need
For
to.
well-deserved celebration.
The Brad Lees and the Wes Watsons and the Ryan Pinedas and the Neil Patels and like
No
these
one's
guys.
drinking, right?
Yeah, but every one of these guys is like married with kids and makes $100 million. Like every one of them,
And
they
none
have
of them
like,
are drinking.
They have none of them. Well, a few of them drink. Some of them like Stuman, Ryan Stuman, he smokes weed. But like all of them have said the same thing. They just got over it. And everyone, like half of them, like convicted felons, tattoo sleeves, got over it. $100 million in the bank, own a goddamn ranch, 2 coaching businesses, got out with $100 million valuation, exited. Like everyone, Alex Hermosi, like the fucking bodybuilder, $100 million exit. You know what I'm saying? At 26 years old, he's worth like that. Those type of people, that's who I hang out with. And so many of them live here in Vegas because we have no state income tax. So a lot of them live out here.
Wait, another one though I want to say is the sex addiction. People that go out and chase pussy every night, or they want to have girls over every day for the self-validation. That I quit a long time ago. I do not like one-night stands. I hate fuck, and I find those people are the biggest losers in life.
Yeah,
the
it's
ones
hard.
that the fuck boys, the ones that are fucking all the bitches. They're making no money.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. They're waking up chasing pussy for self-validation.
You know, it's an interesting thing. So you like just think about like the stats. If you ever played like FIFA or if you ever play Madden or something like that, right? It's like the guy will have girls up to 10. Like he knows how to get girls. He's like a male stripper, 6'3", and he'll have money at like a 2. And he's like sleeping on couches and shit like that.
Yeah.
And he goes from Bitcoin to Forex to NFTs to like he's always got like a new grift, right? And then you have the other guy who's like got his PhD and his money's on a 10. But like he's paying for hookers in Panama,
right?
Like at once a quarter because he doesn't know. And like you need to get at least to like a 3 or a 5 in both.
Yeah.
You can't let money get too far, a career get too far, and no women. And you can't let women get too far and no because you end up becoming like the bartender who sleeps on people's couches, who's fucked hundreds and hundreds of women.
All the hottest girls in the world.
All the hottest girls that bang this dude, and like he's like actually proud of it, gets no validation from it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, his roommate is like happy. He's been with like maybe 10 girls, and he like makes $450,000 a year, like that type of shit. Yeah, for sure. You don't want to get caught, especially in Los Angeles, bro. Yeah, you'll see that all the time. They're like, they've been with 500 girls and they work at Saddle Ranch as a bartender.
Exactly.
So anyway, there's something you do that I've never done. I probably am never going to do, but I don't know if you're serious about this because I can't tell when you're serious half the time. Is the devil's threesome stuff? Did you actually?
What is that? A devil's threesome?
It's 2 guys and a girl.
Oh yeah, I've done that.
Yeah,
you've never done that?
Never done that.
Growing up,
Never.
That speeds up a friendship with your buddy by 8 months. You know what I mean? You can go on a trip together. But as soon as you do the Eiffel Tower with your best bud, you're like, that's your.
So that's a good thing. The Eiffel Tower is a good thing.
It's a great thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you do that as a kid. You do that from 18 to 21. Once you do it past 22, you're fucking gay.
It's weird. Okay, so you understand. George, have you done that? Is that a thing for you?
No, but
never done double threesome? Threesome?
The 8-month expedition of a friendship was pretty
Absolutely.
accurate.
Yeah, right?
I've never done it, but I would imagine.
I feel like if you and
100%.
did that, I feel like you guys would move your friendship 8 months.
we could probably get Sticky Paws $1 million if we can harness those powers.
But there's nothing sexual about it. There's nothing hot about it. It's like, let's take this fucking girl down. And it's always the it's the 6. It's not the beautiful girl. But I used to have a friend, my friend Ben, he would be like, can I jump in all the time to all of us? And we were like, fuck, I had to let Benny in. I think he's had more sex with the boys than he has on his own. Because he always, he always, all right, Benny, stick it in over there. All right, do you mind if Benny comes in? He's struck out again. He's on a fucking cold streak.
Bro, one time I was, this was in Austin, so this has been like 25 years ago. And I bring this girl home. We ended up hooking up, and afterwards I get up to go to the bathroom, and my homeboy who did 15 months in Iraq is there. And he comes out, and he just like ready for round 2, and I was like, hold on, brother. Like, and then I just realized, no, this is what you're going to do at Fort Benning. Like, this is how it works at Fort Hood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they just do this all the time, and I was explaining to him, no, that's not what she wants. Back away, please. It was really crazy.
The reason I quit, I remember I did one with my buddy Matt. It was my turn doing the missionary, and she was doing blowjob to him, and she was, okay, not bad. It's not going as trying to give my best thrust. And then we're like, okay, you want to switch? Let's switch. And then Matt goes, and she, oh, fuck. I'm like, I'm never doing this again. Because now I know Matt's better in bed than me. And now he know, in football, he gives me that extra fucking, he knows he's a better man than I am.
This is your partner?
No, we did a couple, me and that guy, but
okay,
he's dead now. He fell off a cliff and died on impact.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Can we talk about this?
Sure.
Like, you had a partner.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the other Pillow Talk. The first time I ever saw you was Chloe Ture. That was the first episode.
Yeah.
Is that back in Toronto? You did that one?
That is in Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember you just like being kind of vile with her, and I was like, damn, bro, I would not. Like, Chloe's one of my friends. I was like, Chloe would probably kill me if I said shit like that to her,
Yeah.
Do you know that Chloe, she is dated 4 NBA power forwards?
Oh, she likes that position.
Yeah, but it's funny. They're all power forwards.
Braun, power forward.
No,
Actually,
he's a small forward. He's a small forward.
Yeah.
But like, and I pointed it out to her, and she had never thought about this. And then I was like, hey, do you know who Carmen Electra was married to? Dennis Rodman, who was a power forward. Kylie Jenner was dating Blake Griffin, who was a power forward.
What is it with the power
And
forwards?
Khloe Kardashian was with Lamar Odom, who was a power forward. It's like they were all the same. And there was like 5 more examples of this, and they all play the same position. Nobody's fucking centers or point guards. I mean, other than like Swaggy P.
It's true. Shooting guards aren't getting any
Yeah,
puss.
shooting guards aren't getting any girls.
Why?
Right? Except for Swaggy P and Iggy Azalea. Yeah, you're right. It wasn't
They're the
happening
coolest
at all.
ones.
Exactly. I never understood that, but it was really crazy. Anyway, so we have this
You know
conversation.
what? They must be hung like a fucking
That must
camel.
be it. Yeah.
That must be it.
So that was the first episode I saw.
Yeah.
So tell me about the transition. There's a couple things you explained. Number one, you're in Canada. You decide to come to the States.
Yeah.
And number two, there is a conversation that you have with Mia Malkova that causes you to start getting this pipeline of
I like the research,
of
Mike.
porn stars.
You're a good guy.
And then number three, your partner and you dissolve. So
Yeah.
can you talk about what happened there?
Yeah, so I started it right away. I said, during COVID, I said, you know what? We need to go viral because I'm not a celebrity. I have no followers. You know, I started from nothing. I was just a Toronto promoter guy. But I knew a couple celebrities because whenever celebrities come to Toronto, I was their guy that would host them. So I had some feet in the door, but not much. So I said, okay, let's start with them. We'll do it on Zoom because COVID, and we'll do LA people. I have like 6 kind of celebrities that will do it. So let's get them talking about something viral, sex. You don't call her daddy does it, but they don't do guests. So I think I was the first sex podcast with guests. So we start with that. Okay, cool. It does well right away. Francesca just did it. Harry Jowsey, second guest. Steph Grzansky, who you know, was the third guest. And then it started doing well. And it started picking up like, this is fucked. They're talking about crazy shit. But then everyone saw it and we're like, I'm not doing that fucking show. So it just shot me in the foot right away. I was like, come on, we'll tone it down.
So it's weird. So Steph Grzansky, she used to be, she was a Victoria's Secret model, right?
Yeah.
And
Was
so,
she?
Maybe she would. She did something where it looked like
Playboy.
She was Playboy. Okay.
Yeah.
So Steph. So I'm thinking of that type of model. So we're like this Emily Sears, Lindsay Palis, Abigail Ratchford, Steph, like that, girls like that, right?
Yeah.
Even you can throw Kindly, Chloe, and fucking CJ Sparks in there. In that group, a lot of them aren't comfortable with that level of lascivious talk.
Right.
So, but you wanted to do that, but porn stars are.
Exactly.
Except,
but I didn't know this. I didn't know I'd ever meet a porn star.
Yeah.
Because now they're all on podcasts. I take a lot of credit for that because
Yes.
no one interviewed them before me.
They're all on podcasts.
And I take credit.
I say Asa Hole probably. She was one of the first ones. Asa
Yeah,
Kira.
but she was a host.
Yeah.
And she was doing it kind of chill.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Her, Alexis Texas was doing it before
Sure.
me, but not like just all of them all the time, viral clips all the time.
But I think it's better because you are like a connoisseur without being creepy about it. You
Thank
understand
you.
what I'm saying?
That's why it works.
Like because you're a porn. It's funny because when I had Nicolette on here on Monday, Nicolette watches a lot of porn. Like she knows porn like really well. A lot of girls you realize don't know. Nara does too, right?
Yeah.
Some girls know porn. They don't just watch porn. Like they're actually like I am fans of members of the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
Some of these girls are fans of porn stars
Yeah.
the same way
Yeah.
that I'm a fan of cowboy football players. So it's just really interesting. I think what made it different for you is that there's an honesty that you have in your program that I could never do.
What's
right?
that?
Well, no, it's just like you're like, oh, you go 15 minutes. I fucked 2 girls for 4 hours last week. Like I can't. I'm not going 15 minutes, right? But I'm not going to talk about that all day on my show. You know what I'm saying? And like when you say the stuff, like you do the self-deprecating humor that I'm like even too insecure to say, and you don't mean it, and that's why it works so well.
I mean it. I'm not that good in bed, but I'm funny.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly what I'm saying, bro.
There you go.
And it's beautiful the way you do it. So you're in Toronto, and then when do you come to the realization? You come to the realization you want to leave. The Steph Grzansky, she's Canadian. Chloe's Canadian. These are all Canadian.
Yeah,
guests that you
so
have.
we're doing it on Zoom, and then one day we get one guest in person. We're like, okay, it's got to be in person.
Yeah.
So now, there's no one really in Toronto. People think, oh yeah, Drake in the weekend. Yeah, he's gonna come on my fucking podcast.
Yeah, Drake was asking yesterday.
There's not that many people that do the show. So we're like, fuck, what are we gonna do? Okay, let's just do OnlyFans girls for now.
Yeah.
So the celebrities were out. Let's do OF girls, and then it was just smaller OF girls, smaller ref girls. There's not that many in Toronto, and the show kind of was dying out and trickling out, and everyone was like kind of laughing at it. To be honest.
Oh, you had my friend Amber Emery on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's great. How do you know her?
Amber, she goes to Paradise Challenge.
I fucking love her.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's
and then
awesome.
have you have Coralita on? Coral Alexander, her
No,
best
I
friend?
haven't, but
One
I've
of her
met
best
her.
friends?
Yeah. Love Amber Emery.
Yeah.
So when I fired first co-host guy,
Okay.
what we hate, she filled in.
Okay.
She was my girl for like 6 weeks.
She's super sarcastic.
yeah, she's funny.
She's
man.
so witty. Yeah,
She tells
is.
this story about when she snorted some guy's dead ashes, his grandpa's dead ashes. She's nuts. but she's the best.
And she has these like high eyes, like she's high, but even when she's not high, she looks, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's got these like Spanish eyes. I don't know how to explain it.
She's a girl that, like, a perfect example of who I could not get hard for.
Really? Why? So explain to me.
She is so intimidating. She scares the shit out of me. For me to get an erection, I have to be able to just, like, you know, grab you. I need to dominate. I got to feel alpha. But a girl that's alpha, like Phoenix Marie, dick's in my fucking body.
Really?
Danny Banks, dick's in my body. You know,
Yeah, Danny's pretty alpha.
yeah.
No, you know what I think about it?
No disrespect to him.
Ambry, I can see Ambry is a little bit like that. She's so fucking sarcastic, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
And she's biting, bro. She will come out. Like, if she smells weakness, she will come after you.
My penis doesn't get erect for that.
It never bothered me. I really like that about her.
Have
like,
you
I
had
thought
sex
it was
with
funny.
her?
Huh? I have no idea who you're talking about. Who are we talking about again? That is not, no, I have no idea.
Good for you.
No,
so
I've never said anything.
So we're doing the OF girls. The show's getting worse and worse and worse. We're like, you know what, man? Then COVID happened again, and we couldn't even film the show. I was like, let's go to LA. It just opened up.
Yeah.
Let's go. I brought the 7-person team. Let's fucking go, baby. And we go there, and then we start doing a little bit of people here, OF girl there, reality star here. It's doing a little bit better. Mia Malkova. Changed my life that day.
Isn't it crazy?
That's it. Mia Malkova. Boom. And she's my favorite porn star all time. I don't know if you heard this story, but I woke up. I jerked off to her that day. I was like, let me throw it back to that's my most jerk offs right there.
Mia
She's my girl.
Malkova. Yeah?
Love her.
Yeah.
She knows this. Woke up and I was like, let me throw it back to my muffin.
Oh my God.
You know? And then like an hour later, some gay guy calls me and he's like, hey, can you get my friend's TikTok back? I used to be able to get all the accounts back.
We are going to go heavy into that because I want to know a lot about that. Keep going.
Okay, well, Zucky don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he goes, can you get my friend's Instagram back? Or TikTok? It was Mia Malkova. I'm like, I'll get it back if you do the show.
Yeah.
Changed my life. Then I could get any porn star, and I made a rule: don't ever hit on them. Be the one guy, and they all come on and they say the same thing. Wow, you're the only one not trying to fuck me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone wants to fuck them. No offense. I know you've had some on, but maybe you're trying to fuck them, Mike.
No, that's the thing.
joking.
It's definitely not me. That's not the issue I have. But yeah, no, I had the same issue. I was like, because I would watch like you or Adam 22, and it wasn't even that. It was like I don't even ask them sexual questions, but they always like Nora will turn things sexual very quickly.
Right. They all do.
But I'll let them do it.
Yeah,
I don't need to
exactly.
do it. They can do it.
Yeah.
And then I'll ask questions like legitimately. I've always asked, wondering this thing is like you make the transition from you are a person not filming on camera fucking a person to a person now on camera fucking a person.
Right.
That transition, what is that day like? And you know what most of them say? Like they've already been stripping or escorting or fucking on camera with their boyfriend, and it's nothing to them.
Yeah.
It was nothing to Nara. It was nothing to fucking it was nothing to Nicolette. It was nothing to fucking Swedish Bella. It was not like these girls it was not a thing for them.
Yeah.
There was no, like you would think the day's filled with regret or whatever. It's like, no, the day's filled with $100,000 in your bank account.
Yeah, that's
what
how
that's how they look at it.
They're entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And guess what? They work fucking 60 hours a week because making their own content and doing OnlyFans stuff, booking it, going there, doing your makeup, editing it, then putting out the teasers, and then doing the socials, making the TikToks, posting it, then doing your OnlyFans, doing your messaging. These girls are fucking workhorses.
Yeah.
I actually have a lot of respect for them in that sense a lot. That they're fucking entrepreneurial grinders, bro. The hardest OnlyFans earners are entrepreneurs.
Okay, so can you talk about the growth that you've had? So Mia Malkova comes on, and then you have like 5 more episodes, and then it blows up at that point?
Yeah.
Like, can you go like an engagement? Like, what kind of engagement are you getting at that point? And are you just looking at YouTube?
Yeah, so you know, it's so hard to get fucking long form views. You know, everyone's starting podcasts now, and they're all like, "Fuck, I got 48 views. That's a lot, man. 48 people came to see an hour show that you did.
Yeah.
On people think what we're all gonna just dip out on Joe Rogan and just jump to your first episode when you don't even know what you're doing. It's hard to get long form. It takes about a year. You know this.
Yes.
It takes forever. People need to know that you're fucking legit. So cool. But yeah, it wasn't working. Like 2K views still when I got Mia, and then that one did well, but then it dipped back down again. I was like, fuck. Long form's hurting. I'm not going to get any brand deals. You know how much it costs to put out a podcast. You know how much work it is to do a podcast.
Yeah.
It's fucking hours. Like minimum 25 to fucking, if you're doing that full editing, probably 30, 40 hours a week, right? To do one episode.
Yeah.
It's insane. So everyone gives up on podcasts. Everyone. You know, 90% don't make it to episode 10. 90% of those don't make it to episode 20.
Yes. Well, this is episode 99, I believe. I think this is 99.
I wish I was
98
Hundo.
or 99, or maybe 101. I gotta see. Maybe Rollo may be 100. I'm not sure.
I wish I was Hundo.
Yes. But like the thing is, for me, because I only wanted to talk about things I care about, which is mainly that book right there about evolutionary psychology, And because I had guests on that I wanted, and because my coaching program subsidized the podcast, I never worried about that shit.
That's good.
And it worked out so well.
Yeah.
Then my
And now
team,
you talk about shit you want to talk about.
my team makes clips based on what people want, but I just talk to whoever I want.
Yeah.
And I don't have anyone book anyone for me. Do you have a book, or you just
No,
do it
I
all?
do it myself.
And through IG mostly?
Yeah.
Thank you. Everyone listen to me.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let me email all you people hitting me up. I'm sure you get this all the time.
Looking for a guest?
They're looking for a guest to come on. Here's the 5th best cardiologist in Des Moines, Iowa. He's a brilliant.
I've never booked one of those.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about this guy like wasting his money doing this instead of like starting an OnlyFans, or not starting OnlyFans, starting an Instagram and just like messaging people.
Yeah.
I keep telling these people like you might as well send me mail. As far as emailing
and
me.
the first red flag is that you don't have a fucking Instagram for us to promote the episode.
Oh, bro, it's so bad, bro. It is. It's so crazy.
Yeah, I get a lot of people that like, I'm the owner of this sex toy. Those people all want to come on my show. It's like, yeah, these are exactly who people want to see. They want to watch Chechik, Texas, and then the guy that invented this dildo.
That's so funny, man. Oh, also, you mentioned something. Let's go back to this thing before we go forward. The thing with Chechik, like she wouldn't show up sometimes. Like she'd have an incredible follow. Because this is another thing I found.
Yeah.
Like they'll have an incredible following. They show up. The fucking podcast is a hit, but they might not even show up.
Like to post it?
No, just to like even show up on set to like fucking do the show.
I've had a lot of those, but not Chechik. She's perfect.
She's
with me.
good. Okay. Who was there was another girl you were talking about, like just had a hard time showing up.
I don't want to, because she came through finally.
Okay, got it.
But,
okay.
But fuck, yeah. Some of the girls have, like, most of them, you know who it is? It's like the ones that are just about to make it.
Yeah.
Like, the ones that are like Angela White's, all the legends, Riley Reed's.
Always on time.
Yeah, always on time.
Very, very
sweet,
nice.
punctual, help you promote it.
Dude, could Sophie D be any nicer?
Right.
She's so fucking nice.
All those ones are the best ones to work with.
Yeah.
And then the new ones are also the best because they're hungry.
Yeah.
But it's like the mid-pack success ones that are like, they have an ego.
Yeah.
And, you know, the worst thing is, first of all, podcast rule 2023, if you're going to do a show, you fucking promote it when it comes out. Rule of thumb.
Isn't it crazy?
And people that come on and then they ghost you when their episode's coming out, like, hey, I'm posting this clip. Do you want to collab? They don't even story it or something. What the fuck was the point? Yeah. And they asked you to come on the show.
Isn't it crazy?
I don't get it.
It's the Molly wore off. That's generally what I find that happens. They're just in a weird mood. God, man, it's so crazy.
That drives me nuts. So rule of thumb, if you're going to do someone's show, you fucking support it and promote it because they're putting all this time and energy and money into bringing you on. It's a collaboration.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an OF collab.
It's a collaboration economy, man.
You're the dick and that's the vagina. Now fuck. You know what I mean?
That's so crazy. One time, this is really funny. So I had CJ Miles and Nara were in here at the same time. And I'd interview them, and at the end...
CJ's funny, eh?
She's really funny.
Yeah.
So she gets up, and Nara picks up CJ, throws her on the table, and then like pulls her top off and like starts making out with her. Now, we've stopped recording the episode, but I have the producer stand up and start filming it, and then send it to the owner of the studio and say, John, what do we do? They're about to fuck on the table. Should we keep rolling? Should we keep... Like, I wanted to see what he was going to say. Yeah. And we were like, John, and I'm texting John, like, we don't know. We can't stop them. They're about to fuck in front of everyone. What do we do? And he goes... Keep filming.
So what'd you do?
It was a joke. The whole thing was made up. But we were like,
because I do that.
Yeah. So they just keep going.
So yeah, I have two. So I want to tell you something I did 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And it's coming out in 2 weeks, but you won't believe this.
So you're doing your own plug talk.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of different. So I just have them come on and they fuck while I sit there and I interview them while they're fucking.
Okay. So, is it a guy and a girl or two girls?
So I did a threesome. I did Cherie DeVille, Damon Dice, and Kazumi. And I've done it 3 times now. And then I sell the full episode on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
By the way, most money I've ever made in my entire life.
Wow.
I could not fucking believe it. It worked. Where is it? Oh, here. No. Oh, here. So, yeah, so I did an orgy. I did 4 girls. It's not loading. But I'm just sitting there and I just kind of talk to them.
Yeah.
How's their pussy taste? You know, shit like that. And then I did another one.
So you know what I do when I go to AVN? I'll do these interviews and I'll be like, so what do you think about the price of oil? Like, how do you think, what do you think is going on in Ukraine?
You see how it goes? And we do it in the studio.
Wow.
Yeah, and you ask them shit like that, right?
Yeah, that's what I would do. I would ask them serious questions.
That's what I do for browsers now.
Do you think the election was stolen? Like stuff like that. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I do that on browsers now. So we do the browsers podcast.
That's so great, dude.
And they fuck while I interview them. I'm like, so Kazumi, 2 weeks ago, I was doing a browsers one. She was giving a blowjob. I say, Kazumi, what do you think happens when you die?
Yes, that's what I want. That is exactly what I want. More of that, please.
Yeah.
Dude, Kazumi's the real deal. Like when I say the real deal, like I don't really think, you know how back in the day, these OF girls and porn stars would be like, oh yeah, and I'm gonna go fuck a fan, but it wasn't a fan. Obviously, it was like the whole thing set up.
Right.
Like some of these girls now are like, no, they are legitimately fucking fans.
She fucked a blind guy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he didn't get to appreciate any of it. You know?
So let me tell you what I did 2 weeks ago. Okay, this first time I announced it, but it's finally coming out in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So this guy with cancer has been DMing me, stage 4, and he's been like, Ryan, I love Pillow Talk. He's a fan. My boy Jake Marshall. I would love to just come and like watch a show before I die.
Yeah.
And I said, Jake, why don't you come on the show and meet them? And we flew him down, and he stayed with me for a week, and we got him dressed. We took him shopping. We actually took him to Vegas too last weekend, and yeah, he's having the best time of his life. He's like, I'm going to meet them. I'm like, you're going to be on the fucking show. And who do you want? He says, my 2 favorite are Nikki Benz and Kazumi.
Yeah.
My OG favorite, my new favorite. I'm like, yeah, you're going to be on the show and they're going to interview you. And he's freaking out. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Right before we go on, he's freaking out. I slip a Viagra in his drink.
Get out of here.
Yeah. And we planned it on the back end.
So we're committing multiple felonies today, right? We're drugging people and we're sexually assaulting them. This is incredible. Keep going.
The chemotherapy.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I Googled the shit out of this, and with the blood thinners, he told me I haven't been erect in 3 months.
Yeah.
He's like, I'd love to fuck them, but they're not going to want to fuck me anyways, but it can't get hard.
Yeah.
So I got Viagra, I put it in his drink. And we planned it on the back end that they're going to fuck his brains out. So he says, he comes on the show.
Here's my question.
Yeah.
When you're having this conversation with Kazumi and Nikki Benz,
Yeah.
I know Kazumi well enough.
Yeah.
She did not put up a fight, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah, she loved it.
Okay. Nikki Benz, did she put up a fight?
Loved it. She's
Get
Canadian.
out of here, bro.
They both
Okay,
loved
keep
it.
going, keep going.
They both loved it. So he comes out and they dressed up for him. They're looking good for Jakey boy. And he's like, oh my God, it's Nikki Benz. And he's freaking out. And then he's like, Ryan, I have an erection.
Yeah.
I'm like, he didn't know I drugged him. I'm like, yeah, you do. And then Nikki Benz says, and she goes, so your last wish before dying was to meet me?
Yeah.
You know I suck the best dick, right? Do you want to change your wish? And he's there like, what the fuck? She goes, idiot, ask me for a blowjob. And he's like, really? Can you give me a blowjob?
Yeah.
She gets on her knees, and then he comes over, then Kazumi runs over, boom, blowjob, threesome, and he let me tell you, he fucked the shit out of them. He was a professional.
Yeah.
This guy was on fire. I started thinking, is this guy a con man that told me he had cancer? 'Cause he's good at that, you know? The biggest cum shot I've ever witnessed in my fucking life, because he hadn't busted in 3 months.
Oh my God, bro.
So he goes all over Kazumi's ass and he painted it. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck did we just film?
Yeah.
So that comes out in 2 weeks, and I think this could make like CNN.
So after the fact, he gave you permission?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was the big
Bro,
part. That was
God.
what I was. You're good. You know, I
Yeah.
was shocked. I was like, fuck, is he gonna sign this? Or is he gonna let me put this out?
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it, man. I want to go out a legend.
Yeah.
So we told him like, hey, we're gonna pay for all the OnlyFans money and Sin Party money where we post it. We're gonna pay for all your hospital bills and cover all.
I can think of way less efficient thing. That is incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
That is an unbelievable.
It just kinda
use-
happened.
That is an unbelievable use of goodwill, sexual pornography, and money to help this guy out. Are you kidding? Because that shit is
Yeah.
expensive and not fun.
He's $25K into his bills now.
That's crazy. Is it pancreatic cancer? What is
yeah,
it?
actually it is.
Yeah, so stage 4 pancreatic. That's terminal. Yeah.
How did you know?
Because when you said stage 4, the one that you can't recover from, the main one is the one Steve Jobs is a billionaire and he died from it.
Yeah.
So if he's going to die from it, like
So
that's
that's
the one,
what he has.
That's that because you can replace a liver, spleen, take out parts of the lung, have a heart replacement. Pancreas is the one you can't get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one.
So yeah, that's
Wow,
big.
that's crazy. All right, man. Wow, that's that. I'm never going to forget that story in my entire life, man. Okay, so let's go to this whole thing. So I've had a couple of business partners I've had to part ways with, and it's very rarely. It's usually good, but sometimes it's very acrimonious.
Yeah.
And it's generally because they think they're doing more work than I am.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, that's fine that you think that. Let's go our own separate ways, and then I do better, and then they don't do anything at all.
Right.
This has happened twice in probably the last decade.
Yeah.
You have a partner, and what happens there? Does he come with you to LA?
Yeah, so he came with me to LA, and you know, I did all the work, and I had to pay the show, and I was the one booking the guests, and I was the main. You know, I did everything, and I was like, it was almost like I was kind of like felt like a sugar daddy thing, where I fell in love with this guy so much. He was my brother, but fuck, he would wake up at 4 p.m. every day. He'd DM girls till 7. Girl would come over, he'd fuck her, go back to sleep. Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
That was his life. And then if we'd film, he'd get all the clout from it and all the views from it. He'd show up, get to meet porn stars. He would hit on them. And I'd be like, look, we don't hit on them. That's our rule. He's like, they like me. Girls did like him. I give him credit. He was one of those guys, bartenders that fuck
Sure.
girls. And yeah, I kept paying his life. Then he'd borrow money because he actually did not work. And he'd be like, can I get 1,000? Can I get 500? Okay. And that kind of racked up a lot. It went up to 21K in 4.5 months. beyond that, I was paying for the show. I was doing all the work, and it was kind of starting to drive me a little bit crazy. Then we get back to Toronto, and I start seeing this girl, and he liked her.
Yeah.
And he was jealous that she liked me. And then Barstool Sports calls that same week, and they say, "Oh, do you want to come on do a Barstool day?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, me and Dark," and just you, Ryan. That was it.
Yeah.
That night, my girl came over, and he was all over her. Why the fuck are you with Ryan? You should be with me.
Yeah.
Fuck this guy. He's a narcissist piece of shit. He doesn't give a fuck about anyone. All this and that. The guy that's been fucking paying his life.
Yeah.
Paying his rent, everything. So that was the night. Okay, see you, buddy. Let's part ways.
And she told you this whole thing.
Yeah, I was there.
Let me ask you something. This is a little bit off topic, but have you noticed because you're friends with girls, these dudes are sneak dissing you and you know fucking everything.
Yeah.
And these guys think that because they have a little bit of clout or money that the girls are going to be loyal to them.
No, they tell you.
But they tell you everything.
Yeah.
These dudes don't. I'm like the CIA, bro.
Yeah.
Like you think that you're sneak dissing me behind my back. You don't know every one of these girls tells me what you say.
Yeah.
Because they trust me and not you, bro. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
And these, especially the dudes who pay girls, they think you paid them that you get loyalty. No, bro. They came to my birthday party. They're not, and I didn't pay them.
Yeah.
And it's just so crazy.
Yeah.
Like every dude right now who's listening, who said some shit behind my back, I promise you I know about it.
Yeah.
Because your girl is going to come to, your girl will tell me when she's dating you, she'll come tell me. That's
Yeah.
how fucking crazy it is. Anyway, go ahead. Yeah.
And we know all about your fucking shit. We know when you hit her. We know when you fucking cheated on
And
her.
we know about
Yeah.
when you got pegged. We
Exactly.
definitely know about when you got pegged. That was the first thing she told us about, was you getting pegged.
Exactly.
We know about catching you with gay porn on your computer. We know all about
We know
that
how
stuff.
hard you are and how fucking emotional you get.
For sure. It's digging through phones and
We
shit. We know
bro.
about all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Friends with girls is the move, bro.
Bro, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
man. It's like, again, I'm just going to point this out, right? I worked counterintelligence when I was in the military. When at the end of my flying career, I just did counterintel. When I was there, well, I'd read all these Clancy novels. I'd read all about like how the intelligence community works, and the way they flip people is with hot women.
Yeah.
Because when dudes fuck hot women, blah, 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 blah. General Petraeus, who became the director of the CIA, he had to step down. Does anybody remember why? Because he cheated on his wife with a fucking journalist. That's what happens. As soon as that happens, it's a conflict of interest. They got to get you out of there. So that's the reason why. Dudes snitch to girls all the time because they think they're cool. And the guys that they actually care about, like us, that we're the ones who
get the
fuck. We
info.
get the info. It's always like that,
Yeah.
bro. I'm always 9 steps. I meet dudes all the time like, oh, what's going on? And this dude has been talking shit about me for a long time. Come shake my hand. And I'm like, I know 6 girls. You've been saying shit about me too, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So you're in this situation, and then that happens. You go on with Barstool. I saw the Barstool interview. Hilarious,
Oh,
by the
thank
way.
you.
Terrific.
Thank you.
Really, really funny. I'm not familiar with the whole Barstool thing. I did watch Call Her Daddy the first year because I
Yeah.
wanted to get into podcasting, and I thought what they were doing is really interesting.
Fucking amazing.
By the way, they would still be number one had they still kept giving advice to men. When they made this thing all about just girls being toxic,
how are we gonna watch
they
it?
lost half the. When they were, do you remember they were giving? There was this one. Do you remember your case for your iPhone? This thing will last for 3 days.
Right.
Whoops, left this in your backseat of your car. You're tracking her car all over this. They said that on Call Her Daddy, and I was like writing this down. I was like, I've never done it, but Jesus Christ, like this is the smartest thing. Like take an old iPhone case, take your AirPods out, leave it in the car. They would give advice like this, like super, super toxic advice.
And it was 4 girls, but dudes would be like, holy
No.
shit.
They would give it for dudes too.
Okay.
They would teach guys how girls were cheating. And I was like, if you keep doing this, you will be number one with a bullet. And then
Yeah.
they just went all girls. And then as soon as Alex interviews fucking Miley Cyrus and like, this was the most transcendental thing I've ever. I was like, that was a terrible interview.
Yeah.
Like Alex is good,
Yeah.
but that interview was not. That was a woman babbling.
And now that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a celebrity talk show.
Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
like, I loved it when it was so fucking toxic. It was so funny, bro. It was so great.
But hey, she got paid what, 120 mil?
Good for her, bro.
Yeah.
Good for her. Good for her.
180 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, a couple things. This is called the Michael Sartain podcast, not because I'm a narcissist, because I can't get fired from it. That's why. And it's also why I don't have a co-host.
Right.
Because of what I saw Ty Lopez did with TyLopez.com and what I saw happen to Alex Cooper and her partner for Call Her Daddy. That is exactly why I did this.
It never works out.
Yeah, because I'm never going to have to worry about I can take this property with me wherever. This is separate from my company.
Yeah.
And so this stays with me forever. And I never have to worry about like, who owns my YouTube channel? I own my fucking YouTube channel. And that's the way I want it.
Yeah.
That's the way I want it.
Hey, even John and Paul can work it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure. For sure.
All bands break up. All duos hate each other
Yeah,
at the end.
at the
There's
end.
always going to be one guy killing it, doing all the work, And then there's always gonna be the guy who's jealous and doesn't do every time.
Easy and Ice Cube. Exactly.
Every fucking time. So that's it. I kicked him to the curb, and now he's back bartending at the same old bar.
So what was the conversation like? Because I need to know this. Like, what was how was the transition? You just moved?
It was, hey, bro, you owe me $21,000.
Yeah.
What are we doing with that? And also, what the fuck are you doing telling my girl to fuck off?
Yeah.
I heard you're going around shit talking me. What's going on? I'm doing everything for you.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck's your problem? And he just tells me, like, he just let it all out. Everything he's
So he finally owned it. Just passive aggressive.
Yeah, he's like, you fucking this and you fucking that. And it's Pillow Talk with Ryan on Instagram, not Pillow Talk with Ryan and Dark. And that's always drove me nuts. And he had all this shit to say and it drove him nuts. I said, okay, let's talk about the money though. Like, you owe me 20 G's.
Yeah.
And a year ago, you know, I wanted it. I really wanted that 20K, especially from him for, you know, for principle. And he says, well, I heard that now you're telling people what I did with that girl. And I'm going to sue you for defamation. So, you know, until our case is over, we can't talk about it.
Yeah, I don't really think you
blah,
know what
blah.
defamation means.
Yeah,
that's not defamation.
People throw that one around a lot.
Yeah, people don't know. Like, if you want to win a defamation case, you guys don't understand what that means. That means I have to accuse you literally of something that where you did either falsely accuse you of breaking the law. And the problem is, if she says he actually said that, then he's not going to win the defamation case.
Exactly.
So I'll tell you, similar situation. A guy took $49,700 in commissions from me, never paid them to me, and at the end started telling. He was like nice to me and telling my friends he was going to sue me, and I'm like, I have proof that you took $49,000.
Yeah.
If you want to sue me, let's go ahead and contact the IRS and see how many taxes you paid on that $49,000. All of a sudden, zoop.
Yeah.
No more threat of shit once that happened.
And you know what? Everyone's throwing around lawsuits every day. Who the fuck has gotten sued? No one gets sued.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't go through.
Never.
Yeah, it gets thrown out. Yeah.
But every day someone's suing me or suing my friend or, oh, fuck, he's going to sue me or I'm going to sue. Who the fuck actually goes through the suit?
It's hard. Would you see how much money it is to do something like that?
It costs more.
Especially when a civil attorney is going to look at this and be like, yeah, you're not going to win this. So why am I'm going to take a fee? I need a retainer now, $5,000 up front. And they're like, yeah, this is not going to work.
Yeah.
That's why being a divorce lawyer is so profitable, because you get into a civil action that you must go through with.
Yeah.
It must end in completion.
Yeah.
There is no alternative. There's no settling. You can maybe settle out of court, but even if you do that, you still have to pay alimony and child support. So you're still like, we're having James Sexton, divorce attorney, come on, and he says this shit. He was like, I have a client who made $500 million with a trading algorithm and then got a divorce because his wife cheated on him. He got a divorce, and she took $200 million because she was hot and he fucked her. And I was like, and I'm watching this clip and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's scary. And then I'm watching the clip and I'm like, this guy's a genius. If I'm a woman, I'm going to hire this fucking guy to be my divorce attorney. He got $200 million for a check. I'm like, I would hire this guy in 2 seconds.
Right.
Yeah, but it's really interesting. So that whole thing happens, and then you really don't have any contact with him. You moved to LA.
Yeah, we're done. So then I go back to LA, and then that's when everything fucking took off. So I came back October. I started work with Bang, and by then I still had my foot in the, I had
Bang is an adult website.
Yeah,
Bang.com. I'm thinking of Bang the energy drink.
Yeah,
okay, got it.
Happens a lot. So I have a 1-year deal with Bang, 1-year deal with Brazzers.
Okay.
So I do the porn stuff with them, comedy content and stuff. Then I have Pillow Talk and everything under that, and everything just started fucking going like this as soon as I dropped what's his name.
Yeah, same thing happened with
all
me.
the brand deals started coming in. And I told him, like, you're going to get a piece. Just hang on, baby. I'm still paying out of my pocket. But boom, he's kicked to the curb. Now I'm living off only my brand deals. And I love them all very dearly. Love you guys so much.
That's incredible, man.
Thanks for supporting.
And it's funny because you're in one of these industries where, like, you can't really screw. Like, you have more freedom than I do. You understand that, right? Like,
I can't really get canceled. I'm trying to get canceled.
Yeah, I have like military pilots and doctors as clients. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could say something that would, like, borderline. You really can't.
Yeah, who am I going to piss off?
It's like you have an ultimate freedom I don't. You have, like, Bulgarian level of freedom.
Yeah.
Like, with the things that you say.
It's really nice. There's one guy put a YouTube video out. It's called Ryan Pownall is Racist to Asian Men.
No, I saw that one. That was pretty funny.
And I'm like, that's a compilation of my best jokes.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. What I thought was funny is that, like CJ Miles is, like, co-signing on what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like
I'm saying it with Asians.
Yeah, but the problem is even if you think what he said is racist, I know that you didn't pick CJ Miles because she doesn't date Asian men.
Right.
It's just I have found the same thing. I have found 2 types of Asian women in my life. There's a type of Asian women that date Asian men, and then there's a type of Asian women that do not date Asian men.
Yeah.
I do not meet many women who do both.
Yeah.
They do one or they do the other. And it's not nothing to do with Asian men, but there are, like, there are stereotypes that are out there, but that part was crazy to me. I was just like, I don't know. That was
I'm
nuts.
not racist to Asian men, but
Yes.
do better.
You need to do an orgy scene with just 4 Asian dudes.
Yeah. This
then
is my
this is how I get
apology.
back. I know a girl. So the real talk. I'll tell you who she is off air. I don't want to get her in any more trouble. But she was doing an impersonation of a Trump supporter, and she started using the N-word, and her husband was like recording it in a divorce proceeding. He used it against her, and then a bunch of people in porn canceled her, would not work with her anymore. No, it wasn't. No, it's just.
Okay.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
starts with a D. Anyway,
right.
so then she to like her penance. You know what she did? She just did scenes with black dudes.
Oh,
like
yeah.
like scene after scene with black dudes.
Good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, if you were to ask the black male porn stars, they're like, yeah, I'm good with it. Yeah, we're good.
yeah, she's fine.
Yeah, she wins. You know what I'm saying?
And I find that, people are giving passes to people they don't. You can only get canceled if people hate you. I
Yes.
find that's a big part of it because people are doing Rogan, didn't he say some racist? No, everyone's
It
like,
wasn't racist, but he said the N-word several dozen times.
and no, everyone's like, but that's Rogan. But if anyone else says it, they're like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
He said the N-word.
Well, I think one of the powers that you and I have is that and Rogan does too, is that it's long form. So if you take Rogan in context, he's talking about George Looney. George, I forgot the guy's last name, but he was talking about a comedian, Paul Mooney. He's talking about Paul Mooney, who was a writer for the Chappelle Show, and Paul Mooney used the N-word vociferously. And so he was saying Paul Mooney
right,
stuff,
right.
or Red Fox, or whoever he was, because Rogan is a big fan of older black comedians, and so he's just using the lingo that they're using.
Right.
And so that's why that was going on. And I have no doubt whatsoever that he would say those same things in front of black comedians behind, backstage, and they all laughed. And so that's what he thought was normal.
Right.
And then this happened, so then he has to apologize for it. But you can't cancel Rogan because nobody thought he was racist when he said it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody who watched that in context thought that Rogan hates black people.
But also because people like him. It's like the
course,
the hot girl effect. Hot girls can say the N-word
Bro, it is
on black
crazy.
guys, and
Yes.
they don't care.
Yeah.
But if like the rat shit kind of ugly girl says it, get this fucking racist out of our car.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is.
Was there a point where you looked at this and you were like, this is what I'm going to probably do for the rest of my life? Like the brand, was it the brand deals that came in, or was it episode number 27, or like where was the point where you're like, this is for real?
Yeah, so it was the time we did the first sex episode.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God.
Who's on it?
It was Cherie DeVille, it was Damon Dice and Kazumi, and we had them come on Pillow Talk and have a full-on fucking threesome. We sold it, and that went fucking viral. Believe it or not, it was my most audio downloaded episode. It was my most watched on YouTube, where we didn't even have that part. It was my biggest episode on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook.
And you put the other stuff on OnlyFans.
On OnlyFans, we sold it
Okay.
for
I didn't even know you had an OnlyFans, bro. Yeah, that's crazy.
we sold it for $11, and
Okay.
it's the most money I ever made in my life.
That's crazy.
I was like, okay, porn money's real without showing my penis. That's my dream. I want a piece of this pie, but I don't want to have to fuck too much on camera.
Yeah.
So that was the day though where I was like, okay, I probably will never have a normal job again.
Yeah.
So there's clips of me being like, what's the pussy taste like? You know, it's right next to me, and they fuck with me a lot, and they like the legs are up here, and I'm just there like, so guys, that there's no going back from that. So I think I'm fucked for life. I think I'm the porn guy for life.
Like, I legitimately have to ask you this. Have you had, like, the girls, I'm sure this has happened to you. It's happened to me, and I haven't tried to do this. Some of the girls, they'll, like, come on to you after the show.
Nicolette Shea.
Yeah, and she just won't say no.
Last week.
Yeah?
But I had a girlfriend the whole time doing this.
Yeah.
Because I met the girl I was dating the first week. I met her the first week I moved back to LA.
Okay.
And, I wasn't really popping until I moved back to LA.
Yeah.
So I had a girlfriend the whole way through, which helped a lot, by the way, because, Ryan's loyal. He doesn't hit on us. Let's do a show. He's our friend. He's our friend. I've only been single now for like a week.
Yeah, my girlfriend does help with me a lot too when it comes to, like, having girls on, because they love her. They're like, oh, I follow your girlfriend or whatever.
Right.
So that definitely helps. You never tried, like, have threesomes or anything like that?
No.
They never suggested it?
My girl was not cool with
Okay,
that.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
cool.
now I've been single for a week, and I've only done 2 interviews since I've been single.
Yeah.
I did Brandy Love, who's 50 and married and loves her husband. And then I did Nicolette Shea. And Nicolette Shea, that's going to come out soon. It was very humbling.
Yeah.
But she was hitting on me the whole episode. We went for drinks after. She kept hitting on me. I was like, oh my God, these girls want to fuck me? I didn't know.
Yeah.
I thought I was their boy. But I'm not going to do it. I am not going to do it. I'm going to stay the friend route because it's worked. And as soon as you start being that creepy guy,
It's
you're
so
that
much.
fuck-
It's so much more money for you if you never hook up with them.
Yeah.
it's so much more money.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you something. What do you think? Let's get into this whole thing. So Mike, I can't say his last name. The Logan Paul's co-host, Majak.
Yeah, hey, Big Mike.
Yeah. Hey, Big Mike.
Yeah.
So he's with Lana. No, he's with Lana Rhodes, right?
Big porn star fucker.
Yeah.
Well, he was. Now he's been through all of them.
Yeah. So my
They
point,
love him.
but
Yeah.
he's with Lana Rhodes now. in my situation, I thought it was fine because he knew that that girl was a porn star.
Well, she was retired though.
Yeah, but she was retired. But like
Yeah.
in his mind, it's like she did this and she's not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
And he maybe, you know, fantasized about her and now that's his girl.
Yeah.
And he was totally fine with that whole situation.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm fine with that. A lot of guys ridiculed him for that. It's like, hey, you know, your girl's been with all these dudes. And Lana has said on previous podcasts, she wishes she could take all that shit down.
Yeah.
Right.
She's actually the most hated person in the porn community.
Yeah.
Everyone hates Lana because she's the only one that shit talks it. And she's
Yeah.
like, I never wanted to do any of that. It's a terrible fucking industry. Her and Mia Khalifa.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Hey, what are the names that they're using on their podcast? Are they using their real names? What are they using? Does anyone know?
Thank you, Michael
George,
Sartain.
George, what names are Mia Khalifa and Lana Rhoades using on their podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Is it Mia Khalifa and Lana Rhoades?
And why do we know who they are to listen
Why do they
to
know
them?
who they are in the first place? Is it because they did porn? Bro, I'm just so like
Exactly.
I
Don't hate it,
try
bro.
so hard to give Mia Khalifa the full benefit of the doubt and say, okay, you were in her mind, she feels like she was trafficked back in 2013 when she
Yeah,
did this.
yeah.
I got deep into this because Spencer, have you had Sterling Cooper on?
No.
You should definitely have Sterling Cooper on.
Okay.
He got out of porn and started. He became a male performance coach.
Okay.
He's British. He made some like kind of off the wall, like sort of red pill comments and got kicked out of the industry because of it.
Okay.
So Sterling, he's talking about this and the thing with Mia Khalifa was that like she would say these things and then act as if she did not. I'm not against someone who wants to do pornography, but the problem is afterwards when you don't want to take responsibility for it, then that's problematic because it sends the wrong message, I think, to other people. Because like think
And
about
to the girls doing it.
hold on, think about if Lana and Mia said, I should not be held accountable for what I did, and then got away with it.
Yeah.
What would that do then?
Yeah,
Then
exactly.
it's like, who are you marrying?
Yeah.
Like every girl's like, well, Mia Khalifa can do it. Like we should have an understanding. If I take ass loads of steroids, my pancreas and kidneys are going to suffer for it.
Right.
There's a penalty for it. If I do porn because I want to skip a couple of levels in the modeling industry, if I'm a woman, then there's things that are going to happen. Like Nicolette is probably not going to be mayor of Las Vegas someday. Maybe Tucci might, but not Nicolette. I don't know. Right? There's a give and take that needs to happen. And my whole thing is like they want to act as if not only is what they should do, what they did, not of their own volition. What they did was illegal. Right? They're trying to make it saying, well, porn should be illegal. I've heard this, which is madness to me.
One of them said that.
Yeah, madness to me.
Yeah.
And then further on, like, I wish this stuff was like not there. And then they act as if like, I kind of don't believe they didn't enjoy it either. Like, I'm having a real hard time believing that part too.
The porn industry is very fucking professional.
Yeah.
Very.
Look, I'm not saying there probably wasn't some point where they got seedily talked into something and someone gave them a molly and maybe something. I'm not saying that couldn't have happened.
Right.
But my point is, then change your name.
Yeah, exactly. Get the fuck out.
But not then continue to do OnlyFans work, pose nude
As Mia Khalifa.
as Mia Khalifa. Like
Right.
I'm having a serious problem because I want to take her. I work with domestic abuse charities and human trafficking charities, and I want to take her seriously,
Right.
and I can't. And I'm like trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, and I can't do it. One of the things she said that I loved was that, do you know there's a Nobel Prize winner who's Lebanese, and she liked a bunch of Mia Khalifa's comments on Twitter, and I was like, there you go. That's awesome. You know what that's saying?
She got heat for that?
Yeah, the Nobel Prize winner got
Okay,
it. And I
okay.
was like, yes, that's awesome. Do you see how they've come to your side and accepted you? So why don't you accept you?
Right.
Instead of what you're doing,
Right.
which is acting like it didn't happen. You see what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
my only issue.
So Jessa Rhodes, she was top 5 at
Okay,
one
so
point.
Jessa was coming on the show,
Okay.
and then I get a call from Callie Carter. Callie, is her, what was it? Two girls and one squirrel, or was it two squirrels in a sock? That's the name of their podcast.
Right.
They were doing it here. They were doing it in this, not in this studio, at a different studio. And then all of a sudden, I hear she shaved her head and she's fucking off somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
She was right about to come on her show, and I just like don't know what the fuck happened.
Jessa?
Yeah, Jessa.
Yeah,
Jessa.
so that's a girl that said, fuck this porn shit, changed her name,
Yes.
stopped doing Instagram, and she has a new life. She has a farm, she has animals. That's someone who said, fuck porn, and left.
Yes.
But someone who's like, let's do a podcast tour as Lena Rhoades and shit talk porn, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fuck that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It is.
Jessa did it how you should do it.
Just leave.
Yeah.
Dude, you know who else? Oh, no, I don't even want to
Michael
call it.
Jordan doesn't hate on basketball.
Yeah, of course. He doesn't. Exactly. Yeah, no, I know one girl. She's I don't know if August Taylor. I won't say her name is because I don't want to call her out, but she has a new identity now, and she's a fitness model, and no one calls her out for being August Taylor. Ever.
Is she a porn star?
Yeah, August Taylor's a porn star, like back in the day,
Okay,
right? But
okay.
I just know her because she comes to some of my events.
But now, yeah,
but she doesn't go.
She did the switch.
But like she's lost so much weight. But I there's a tattoo on her arm. I'm like, that is August Taylor. I know for a fact that's August Taylor. And then she like you go look at her IG, and so she goes by her real name now. She's a fitness model, huge influencer, whatever. And there's no mention of her being that person before.
Right.
It's really interesting.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, that is. But she's not shit talking porn either.
That might be me one day. I might have to change my name.
You go. That's hilarious. So you're doing that, and then how many episodes are you up to now?
So now we're at 120.
Okay.
Yeah, 120. So the cancer episode, I call it is that bad?
No, I don't care. Like,
the cancer episode?
They're Bang's gonna cancel you for doing the cancer episode. You kidding me?
That's going to be 125. And yeah, but to be honest, I'm facing an issue now where I've kind of done most of them.
Mm-hmm.
I've done all the big names.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, where do I go? What do I do? So I'm kind of a little bit scared about that. But you know what? Now I'm going to bring in the up and comers. Now, so I always have a co-host. I'd love to have a co-host sometime, by the way.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So I always do one co-host.
As long as I can act innocent and just confuse the entire time. Wait, you did what with a penis? Oh my God. I don't, and like I'm holding a Bible. It's fine. As long as I can do that, I'm fine. I'll come on your show.
So that's what I do. So I always have a celebrity co-host and then I have a porn star guest.
Yeah.
So now what I'm really excited about is I'm building up these people. So I have Bert Kreischer coming on next week. You know, stuff like that. Whitney Cummings coming to, I love comedians.
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn's going to do it. Chris Lee is going to do
sure.
it. So that's what I'm doing. I'm building up that. And I really want to build it up. Now I want to start a second show also. I don't want to give away the idea, but I think it's fucking even better than
Do you want like regular models, or do you think they're just not going to come on? You don't want them?
No, because I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, I get more DMs about, hey, can I come on your show than just, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
It's all I get
For
now.
sure.
And it's all these like, you know, no offense, but like 30K follower girls like, hey, need a guest, would love to come on. It's like, you know, we just did.
Do you know
we just did Angela White.
Do you know what I do to kind of alleviate that problem? I have two solutions. Number one, I do a live stream on Monday where I let anyone come on and ask me questions. Okay, so that solves a lot of people so they don't get pissed at me for not letting them on the show.
That's a good play.
The other thing I do is a 10-girl panel every other Thursday. And those live streams go fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Because the guys are in there super chatting like crazy. So you do 10 girls. So like, and then the girls are on there, and it's basically an audition. The girl will be on there, and she'll be hilarious as shit. I'm like, okay, we're doing.
That must be a nightmare to book.
We'll do one. Huh? No, it's easy.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, because I live here, it's. I know it's hard.
You have like a roster.
But I would take. Yeah, I have I can give it to you. You of all the girls that come on my show.
Right.
What I would do is there's probably 240 girls, and I swap through.
Okay.
I do 10 at a time.
Okay.
What I would do is like the girls, like you said, that are these mid-tier girls, I would put them in a roster, and then I would just ask them, and it doesn't make any difference. So you would have like Nikki Benz and Kazumi here, and then 8 girls that are like maybe you know of, maybe you don't,
right.
And it's still going to do well. And other girls are going to tell, like you're going to have we had a girl right here, Bella Bliss. She was sitting right where you were sitting, and she goes, "Yeah." I said, "What toxic thing do you like when men do?" It's like, I was with this guy, and he put a gun in my mouth, and it was fucking loaded, and I just got super wet, and I was like, what the fuck did you just say? He's like, yeah, I just really fucking liked it. And I was like, that kind of thing, you'll give that opportunity for that something like that to breathe.
Right.
That's what I would do.
And
but
you know what?
Make it a live
Up-and-comers,
stream.
they say the craziest shit.
Don't do a podcast episode. Do a live stream because it goes in a different section on your YouTube.
Right.
And you'll get more views on your live stream than you will on your regular podcast.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, no, I know. So because IG, because they're going up against, because YouTube is going up against IG Live and TikTok Live, YouTube Live, you will, and they will also
they pump you out.
They pump you up, but they'll also, if you slip in the wrong word, you know what I'm saying, the words you're not supposed to say on YouTube, they'll give you a lot more leeway, especially if it's after the first 30 seconds. So try a live. Bro.
Okay.
That's why dude, lives are great.
Might get my monetized back.
Huh? Oh, you demonetized?
Oh fuck! Every
well, if
they do it per video,
bro. If you're demonetized, then I would 100% just do lives.
I make nothing.
Do lives.
I get no money from
do lives, bro, for sure, man.
It's pathetic.
I've finally got to the point this month where I make enough money from AdSense to pay for the entire studio and everything.
What?
I just got
from YouTube?
Yeah, just from YouTube.
No, I get nothing.
Just from AdSense.
I get nothing. Do you insert ads in your YouTube videos? Like at 10-minute mark, you'll like.
No, I just do.
So this is what happened.
Whatever the default is.
Okay.
Go whatever the default setting is.
Because that's what the legends are doing. They're putting their own ads in on like just as you're about to tell a big story.
Yeah.
You just go boom, ad break.
So great.
Yeah. But I get no money. They don't like me.
So they're.
But I'm just blessed that they're letting me have my thing. They're letting me do it. I don't have to go on Rumble. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, what you could do on you don't do live, so yeah. If you do lives, I'm telling you, go Rumble and go have TikTok open, have it all open at the same time.
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, that'd be great because you're fun. I mean, you're funny enough like at live to be able to do it.
Yeah.
The other thing is like some of the girls, like I think Nikki Benz could have done something else announcing besides doing porn.
Oh, all these girls.
Yeah,
They're
a lot of them
fucking
have
funny.
great personalities.
Yeah, they're cool.
I think Destiny Dixon is funny. There's a couple of girls that I think are like actually really. CJ Sparks is not a porn star, but she's hilarious.
Kazumi's fucking funny.
Yeah, Kazumi's really funny too.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
Some girls
they
are like
crack
that.
jokes.
Yeah, I think they're great. All right, your ex dumped you on a beach in Miami.
How do you know that?
Like, dude, because I do research. I have 3 guys that do research, and then I listen to like 8 hours of your stuff.
Oh yeah.
And we just take notes.
Well, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, relationships are tough, Michael Sartain. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell me about it. I got some stories for you.
I've had 3 girlfriends. First one I cheated on.
Okay.
And
This is in Toronto.
Ottawa. I actually grew up in Ottawa.
Ottawa,
But you
okay.
say Toronto to
Yeah.
Americans, you know.
So
then
what?
I moved to Toronto.
What instituted you cheating on her?
It was Justin Bieber.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault. I was loyal. We were dating 2.5 years, and then Justin Bieber was in town that night. And the night before, I was the promoter guy in Ottawa. They said, get a boat of 25 girls for Bieber. And just you can come, you and your friend Ronnie. So we go, and it's me, Bieber, Ronnie, and 25 girls on the boat. And we become friends. This is 2016 Biebs. This is when he was blonde, purpose tour. He was cool. He's still cool, but he was cool.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, me and Biebs kind of hit it off. And I was like starstruck. First celebrity I ever met, Justin Bieber in his prime. And then the girl he liked was the girl that, you know, the girl that liked me.
Yeah.
So we kind of all went back to a house after, and I was with Justin Bieber.
You devil threesome with Justin Bieber?
No, we didn't do the Eiffel Tower. But we did it like, you know, like couch and like other room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so not even in the
But I
same
had
room.
sex beside him.
There you go.
I think he just got a blowjob. But yeah, still.
Good job, Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then that was the first relationship. I cheated with Justin Bieber. I'll
Yeah.
take that.
Yeah.
And you know, I was like 22.
Yeah, I was confused when you said you cheated with Justin Bieber for a second. Now I understand with a little bit more context.
You know what? I would have.
Yeah.
I love the Biebs.
There you go.
He's a good guy.
I don't know how much I love someone that would do that.
Me, LeBron. LeBron can get it
Yeah.
at any time.
Well,
Just
Brock, I
kidding.
get it. You know, my favorite is so this thing with Logan Paul and Nina Agdal, and one of the things Logan says, he goes, you know, she's a model and people want to come take pictures with her. LeBron wanted to take pictures with her, and I was like,
No.
LeBron did not want to take a picture with Nina Agdal. No. She went to take a picture with LeBron.
Yeah.
Please stop. You are upsetting me, bro. I was trying to I was trying to stay out of your business.
Yeah.
I really was. But as soon as he said that, I was like, you are living in cap, bro.
I'd like to hear Michael Sartain's thoughts on Dylan Dennis.
So at first I was like, I was like, I'm not upset that he was doing it, but I was like, it's a little foul because this is someone else's personal business. And I didn't know she was a model. I didn't know that she was a star fucker. And I didn't know, like, but Logan's fair game. You're fighting him. He's talked shit about you. He legitimately has ripped people off with Crypto Zoo, all this kind of stuff. And I've met Logan twice. He's been nothing but nice to me. If I was his lawyer, I'd be like, hey, man, pay that Crypto Zoo shit off for real.
Why hasn't he?
Do not let that hang over your head, man.
I don't know why he hasn't.
Do not let that hang. So now, the thing that goes on is like, do you remember when he said he doesn't like Andrew Tate?
Yeah.
He's doing like this.
Yeah, cancel Andrew Tate.
He's like, he's like this. And I think that you should cancel Andrew Tate. And he's clearly looking at shit right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got handlers. He's a fucking Disney kid, right? He's got handlers that are telling him what to do, and that's fine. I didn't grow up like him in Calabasas. I don't know what that. I grew up in the ghetto. I don't know what that's like. I can't speak to his pressure, the pressures that he grew up in life, and maybe he's learned to be a people pleaser. Whatever. He definitely has a very like liberal agenda. That's totally fine. I don't have an issue with that. But what happened is, then you go look at the Crypto Zoo, and I don't think he would deliberately wanted to defraud people. But what does that tell you? It tells you people are telling him what to do, and he's not doing his own research. Okay, so we're 0 for 2. He goes off in a fucking forest. There's a dead body hanging there. 0 for 3, not doing your own research. Okay, now you're with this girl. Like, I knew what my girl had been up to. If my girl had come out and told me everybody she'd been with, is it weird? Long as it was a number I was cool with, and like her past, like it is okay for a man to not be cool with a woman's past. I'm sorry if you think that's misogynistic, but there are plenty of surveys that show that as a woman has more sexual partners, she's more likely to file for divorce and cheat on you. It's just the case. I've been with women who have high body counts. I just didn't want to be in a relationship. I just don't want to marry them. Okay, that's just my decision. In this situation, if he had come out and said, okay, my girl has been with a lot of dudes, but I choose not to judge her because of it, then I would have been okay with that. Just like Adam 22. He openly gave Lena the plug the fucking hall pass to go have sex with Jason Love. Totally fine.
Yeah.
You said yes.
Yeah.
Destiny has an open relationship with his wife, and she fucks other dudes and he fucks other girls. I can't criticize that. I just happen to be burdened by being heterosexual, and no one touches my girlfriend except me. That's just how, or other women. And so in this situation, with what Dylan was doing is after the first 20, I was like, this is a little fucked up. Once we got past 20, I was like, no, he's doing a service to the world. Once we got to 40, I was like, God damn. What I like to do is I like to take the biggest feminist woman I know and have her say some shit about it's none of your business. You don't know that she fucked all these dudes. Stay out of this.
Right.
And then I just start scrolling. I was like, okay, for real? And then we get to fucking what's his face? Leonardo DiCaprio. See the hand on the face? Okay, cool. For real? All right, cool. The next one. I was like, cool. What do you think now? I was like, okay, so she probably did fuck some, like they start to crack. They're like, okay, she probably did fuck some of these dudes. Okay, cool. Like, for real? And then once we get to like 100, she's like, oh goddamn, bro, this is crazy. Like, it's not that he's with a girl who's been with a lot of dudes. He couldn't be with a girl with more dudes. Do you understand? Yeah. Like, you couldn't, if this was what you were designing, you couldn't have picked. Dude, you know Adam Sosnick, right? You've been on his show.
Yeah.
Sosnick is on the show saying, she's fucked 3 of my homeboys.
Oh, wow.
Sosnick has said this. He goes, and I have the proof. And then, so again, she's been with a bunch of dudes. I don't really have an issue with that. Like I said, I'm friends with Phoenix Marie. I'm friends with fucking like a bunch of these girls. I love Kazumi's awesome. I don't have an issue. Nicolette is my homegirl, 10 years. I don't have a problem with that.
Own it.
Own it. My issue is when this dude comes on my TikTok and lies to my face and says she's only been with 5 dudes. Bro.
Did he say that?
Yes. He said she's been with 5 dudes. 5?
Yeah.
5, bro. That is crazy.
Yeah.
Again, if you owned it, I would not have an issue with this. But one of 2 things has happened. She has lied to you. Okay, that's technical 1, ejection.
And you're taking the simpy L.
Correct. Or 2, you're lying to me.
Right.
And I'm not, that's not cool.
We don't like liars.
You just did the crypto zoo shit.
Yeah.
You don't get to do this. Like, people don't see that they're correlated. They are correlated.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this because I dislike Logan. I'm saying this because I like him. This is fucking foul. You understand? By the way, I'm friends with Andrew Tate too. And like, they don't like each other at all, obviously.
Right.
You hear Logan recently? What's he saying about Andrew Tate? Yeah, after he got out of jail, I'm like starting to see him in a different light. It's like he's really turned around. You notice when he says that, he's not looking down at a piece of paper anymore.
Right.
He's actually
realizing.
He's actually realizing. He's like, oh, wait a second, they come after you. Like these people really don't fucking love you after all, do they, bro?
Yeah.
And so he's coming to some realizations that Andrew Tate probably came to a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, this whole fucking situation happens, and I'm like, just if you own it, that's fine.
Yeah.
The only solution here is you have to win this fight, which I don't know if he is.
He has to.
Yeah, but the problem is, I'll tell you this, man.
I think if he loses, his career's kind of
no, man, I don't know, man.
If he loses to Dylan,
I mean, but Jake Paul lost to Tommy Fury after talking all that shit, and he's fine. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, so and he also already lost. Think about all the shit that Conor McGregor said to Mayweather, and he's fine. Like, I don't really think it's an issue.
But Logan's just digging himself a grave.
Yeah, he is. But he's digging himself a grave if he actually lets Dylan Dennis be the best man at his wedding. A wedding that, ready, will not happen. You heard it here first.
You don't think he's going to marry her?
He can't, bro. There's no way.
Why? Because you think the people, like the fuckers on TikTok, are just going to spam him?
I think they're halfway done with the photos.
Oh,
I think it's going to get even worse. Like,
well, he says he has a picture. What is the picture?
I don't care. I mean, she's probably sucking some dude's dick. It doesn't matter. There's nothing. It can't be worse.
Right.
Like, the problem is not that she fucked Leonardo DiCaprio. A lot of girls would fuck Leonardo DiCaprio. That is not the issue.
I'd fuck Leo.
The problem is, did she make Leo wait? What do you think?
What, he hasn't fucked her?
No. He said, one of the things he says in the interview with her right after the engagement is he goes, one of the things I liked about you is how you made me wait to have sex with you. That made me feel important. So she got to the final boss in Super Mario Brothers, and she beat Bowser.
Right,
She tricked him, made him wait for sex.
Yeah.
And my question is, I don't know if you've seen the Barstool one where, or what's his face from, the guy who owned Barstool, what's his name?
Dave
Portnoy.
Yeah.
Portnoy is talking to Diplo, and he goes, and I saw you go into that room, and you were with, I'll just say it, fucking Nina Agdal, and Diplo starts smiling. Listen, I go to XS often. Diplo, he points to girls, we go up to the fucking room, shit happens. Don't get it twisted, okay?
Oh, yeah. Diplo
the idea that, like, do you think she made Diplo wait?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think she made Leonardo DiCaprio wait?
Exactly.
But she made Logan Paul wait?
Right.
I don't think she would have made you or me wait, pimp. To be fair, you kind of got a big podcast. I don't think she'd make us wait. And she made Logan wait.
Right.
Again, I'm not saying this because I don't like Logan. I'm saying this because I do. And the problem is, one of the issues that happen, I have some friends, I'll tell you off the air, that are like very popular. You probably met some people like this too. I'm still at a point in my life where I don't make so much money and I'm not so famous that my coworkers will tell me, you fucked up.
Yeah.
Don't do that again. You're causing a problem in the business. Shut the fuck up. They'll tell me that, not like that, but they'll say stuff like this. I have friends that are over $100 million, and there's no one in their community who will tell the emperor he has no clothes on.
Right.
No one will.
Right.
And they'll do crazy shit. I had a friend of mine. He and I are really close now. We got much closer. But when I first met, there were these pit of vipers that fucking surrounded him all the time. These yes men, and I couldn't fucking hang with this guy.
Yeah.
It's funny how it worked. And now we're cool because after 10 years, he comes to the realization: Michael Sartain never asked me for money. He never asked me for girls, and every single thing he said was true. And like these other guys ended up being liars, like your buddy. Like eventually the people exposed themselves.
Yeah.
And it was just one of these situations when I watch Logan, it's so clear. It's so obvious.
He doesn't have anyone around
He's living
him.
up in Calabasas and there's no one to smack him the fuck around.
Yeah.
Because his buddy, the co-host on his show, is fucking a porn star and acting like he's going to wife this girl up. Again, it's not a problem if you want to fuck a porn star and you know she's a porn star. The problem is when you think it's different, or you made something different, or you act like it never happened, or you act like she's changed, or something to that effect, where you're like living in a fantasy world. That's the issue. If Logan Paul had just owned up to it, no problem. Now, the thing with Dylan Dennis is it just gets worse, and Logan keeps punching down, and he keeps saying shit that isn't true. Do you see he agreed to do an MMA fight against Dylan Dennis?
No, I haven't been following it.
He said, if you show up on October 15th, I guarantee you I'll fight you in MMA. That won't last 90 seconds.
Yeah, of course.
This guy will kill. If you have a difference, if you have two guys that have really good stamina and they're there's like a difference of like 15% as far as boxing skill, the guy who's lesser can make it a little while. He probably won't get knocked out if he can keep his hands up. If you have a difference of like 25% in skill when it comes to jiu-jitsu, you will get tapped quickly.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu is one of these, it's like there's this fucking skill ladder on jiu-jitsu, and it's like chess. If you aren't up here, these people will tap you, and it will not take a minute.
Let me ask you this, okay? Average guy with a professionally skilled jiu-jitsu woman.
Together?
Yeah, like normal dude.
Against who?
You versus a professionally skilled 125-pound Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, female.
So I would say the likelihood is I would win, just because the thing is, I'm strong. I've done this before. I've gone up against a girl who's like a jiu-jitsu black belt, and I'm strong enough to pull my arm out of an arm lock because my arm is actually stronger than her back.
Okay.
But like that's rare. Like we're talking 170-pound, like world-class Brazilian. If I can hit her in the head, like elbows, I could probably win.
Here's a question. Here's something me.
But if she goes more than 3 minutes, and she tires me out, I'll probably lose.
Okay, let me ask you this. Me and my friends debated.
But if
this
we're
our whole
standing up
childhood.
and we're fighting, and I can hit her, I'm probably gonna win.
Okay, you and Ronda Rousey street fight 100 times. Mm-hmm. How many times do you win?
I would win most of those. Like the
Really?
the problem is because the reach, and I just like as a man, I would just hit so much harder. I mean, I was a jiu-jitsu instructor for a long time.
Okay,
I'm not
okay.
I'm not an average person. I understand what you're saying.
What's our boy here? What's his name again?
George, yeah.
I'm a jiu-jitsu. I'm sorry, I was a martial arts instructor. I was a jiu-jitsu blue belt.
You fight Ronda Rousey 100 times in a street fight. How many times do you win?
Oh, she probably fucks me up 90% of the time.
I disagree, dude. I just don't think so. I really don't think so. I think she would hit you, and it would be really hard.
A part of me thinks it's 100 for the guy, and a part of me thinks 100 for Ronda.
No, I don't think you understand. Like, do you remember what's her name? Serena Williams. I'm not trying to say this to be sexist, but Serena Williams said, like, I'm probably the 700th ranked man in the world.
Right.
Like, there's no like low end guys outside of the UFC are going to pound Ronda Rousey like badly.
Right.
So if you or me had like any time to train, I don't think that she would beat a guy who is athletic. Now, if you have like a severe, it's like you're missing a joint in your shoulder, or you have serious problems like with your wind, or if she can take it to a later round, yes, for sure. But I don't. Ronda Rousey can't bench press 350. There's no way.
Right.
She doesn't have the grip strength of like a
but she's got
strong
the
man.
jiu-jitsu. She can dance around.
I'm not like, and I've wrestled with girls who like are really good at jiu-jitsu, and the thing is, like, while they're really clearly better grapplers than me, like this is when I first started. We're talking about I'm 22 years old. I first will go into jiu-jitsu school or whatever. When they're clearly bigger grapplers than me, there's always this part of me where I can just sit on them.
Right.
And they can't do anything about it. I'm 225. They just can't do. I just get my weight right there on their head.
Oh, you're jacked, actually.
And they're just
you are jacked.
They can't fucking move. And like that's it. Like that's the end of it. I'm just too heavy.
My friend closed that case. He said after she lost to Holly Holmes, he goes, course, I'd beat Ronda Rousey. She lost to a girl.
That's funny. No, I'm not saying that like if we went like if it was boxing, we went like 15 rounds and I didn't knock her out, I would have a hard time because she's gonna have her wind is gonna be 10 times better than me. Right. But like that's the issue. And I'm not saying me. Let's just say a replacement level guy. They're gonna beat most women. Even like now, top tier UFC fighters. No. Like for instance, like top tier WNBA players will kill guys at the YMCA. They will, but not Division I college athletes.
Yeah,
not
tennis, shit like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Skills.
Like they're gonna kill the 40 and over league at the YMCA. But if you have a Division I college basketball team, like a low end team, they're gonna destroy any WNBA team.
They did back in the day. They did the high school soccer team versus the women's Olympic champs.
Yeah, they destroyed them.
Yeah,
the high school soccer team killed them.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, like a lot of people don't understand like the difference. It sounds like I'm being sexist. I'm not. This year, the guy who won the state championship in Texas 5A and track, who won the first place for the state of Texas, ran the 100 faster than the world record all time for women. Do you understand? And this kid's 17 years old. So like there's a significant difference between the two. Yeah. There's a significant difference. Like I just don't think it matches up. But going back to what you said before, Dylan, did you see he reposted my clip of him?
Did he?
Yeah, Dylan Dallas posted one of the things for me. It was really funny. He didn't tag me in it or anything. It was really funny. And the thing is, I just feel like it's a teaching moment. What matters in the end is like we as men, do the research to kind of understand what it is that we're getting into?
Yeah.
I think men should have a period in their life where it's like, she's hot, so I want to have sex with her because she's hot. And that's okay to do that for a while. But when you want to build a business or have a family, we need to pick a different type of woman. And if you want to take a chance, and you are taking...
No one needs to hear this more than me right now.
Yeah. So when you go with a low probabilistic move, which is a woman who's been with a lot of partners, it's just one of these things. So I'm gonna get even more scientific.
Yeah.
When men have sex, on average, we have a large dopamine release when we have sexual intercourse with women. That's why when we want to have sexual variety, because 1 or 2 or 3 women.
Pussy smells pussy is a real thing.
Yes. So we want that. So we have a dopamine hit.
Yeah.
The oxytocin hit we have is real, but it's not that big. For women, it's a dopamine hit, but it's this massive oxytocin hit that causes whenever she has a new partner. And that's why women tend to be able to cling to men that they have sex with the first time. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
That power lessens every single time.
My girl last night, she met my parents today already.
Yeah. Yeah. So every time she has,
I'm not lying.
every time she has a new partner, the oxytocin release becomes less and less, and her ability to pair bond becomes less and less. And also, when she gets into the marriage, there's these points where she can actually see options to get out. Well, there's nothing wrong with her saying, like, we're gonna live in a free country. If you want to get divorced, I understand.
Yeah.
But my point is, there is a direct correlation between a high body count and a woman cheating. There just is. And according to Dr. David Buss, in that book, well, not that book, the book's called Evolution of Desire, the number one correlation for a man or a woman cheating is how many previous sexual partners they had.
For a man too.
Well, so the difference for a man is this. Men do not file for divorce more when they've had more sexual partners, because men don't file for divorce. Women file for divorce.
They crave more.
80% of the time, women file for divorce.
Okay.
The difference is for a man is that a man will have more sexual partners, who has more sexual partners is more likely to cheat, but it's not because he had more sexual partners. It's because he can have more sexual partners. Just follow me for this. The guy who gets married, who is the assistant manager at Walmart in Des Moines, doesn't have options to cheat before he gets married, so he doesn't have options to cheat after he gets married,
right.
So he doesn't cheat.
Right.
So it seems like there's a correlation between his low body count and him not cheating, but that's not it. It's a correlation between no options and no options.
It's low opportunity.
Yes, low opportunity.
Yeah.
But if you take a guy who's a billionaire who's fucked 300 girls, and then he moves in with his wife in Bel Air and they go to the Playboy Mansion every week with Hef, that guy is more likely to cheat.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So for women, it is a function of just like there's a hormonal difference. For men, it's a function of opportunity. Most men can't cheat. Only about 20% of men cheat in a marriage. People are like shocked when I say that.
But
number.
women do.
Women know it's about 13%. Women don't cheat as much that often.
Is it that low?
For women in a marriage.
I read that 58% of marriages have.
Okay,
have
so this is, I've read this too. So the issue with this is that like,
or is it relationships?
Yeah, the relationship. So 56% of marriages end
because of cheating.
No, but they end. Period. And so a lot of times what will happen is people will get divorced instead of cheat. That happens a lot. Or people will just stop having sex and still fantasize about other people. The actual act of putting a penis into someone else, it's not as often as you think. Men still do it more than women, but women do it more when they've had previous sexual partners. That's it. So that's the thing that you can ask yourself is like, do you want to do this? Bro, like, again, I've had great times with girls that have been with lots of dudes, and I understand that, I get it, but like, I just didn't want to marry them.
Right.
That's it. That's just the decision that I made. I don't judge them. I just don't want to marry them.
Yeah.
People get so offended by this, but like the IFS does a survey and so does Dr. Buss, and like they're very clear. And the point is, like, even if you don't believe in the surveys, and they're scientific surveys with thousands of people, then find a survey that says something else. What you should do is find a survey that the girl with the 50 body count who has a 0 correlation to divorce.
Well, I wonder
and
if
you won't find it.
I wonder if it's the low body count girls that are mad about what you're saying.
The low body count, why?
Not
No, they should be
upset.
happy.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying
it's funny.
sarcastic.
Yeah, low body count girls are never complaining about
They're
this
never
issue.
like, what are you talking about, Mike?
Yes. Yes.
It's the ones with 1,000 bodies being like, no, that's not true. I'm a great wife.
Yeah, it's just so crazy, man. And they might be a great wife for a small amount of time, but the problem is when there's struggles, they're just so quick to like let the struggles go, right? So I want to talk about this.
I'm addicted to nicotine.
You got wow, okay, that's
Zen
nicotine.
guy. You like?
I've never tried that.
Oh, it's
No,
great.
it's fine. I'm so going back to what we said before.
Yeah.
You doing the giveaways and the verifications on IG, which actually helped you meet celebrity people. How did that work?
You really know a lot about me.
Of course, man. Yeah. So first off, explain, because this is not really a thing anymore. You can just get a blue check mark. But during the blue check mark phases, what was actually happening behind the scenes at Meta?
Okay. Well, I had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
But I'll tell you what. I was very close to it. Mm-hmm. And basically, they found a way. So there's these portals that Meta would give people, and these are people like, businesses would have them like Netflix or the NFL or Universal Music Canada, things like that. They would get a portal and they would be allowed to submit people for verification.
Got it.
Then that would go to a supervisor that works at Meta that makes millions and millions of dollars just because they don't want him to be bribed. They don't want him to take 20 grand for a blue check. So the supervisor at Meta is the one that looks at all the facts sent in by a portal and then says yes or no. So what the portal needs to submit, if it's not like a Netflix one, then they started giving them to entrepreneurs and stuff. They had to submit proof of, okay, this person's hot. Because the check, all it really means is, this is the right Michael Sartain you're talking about.
Yeah.
This is the one you're seeing in the press. It's him. It's this guy that you're seeing all over the tabloids. That's all the check was supposed to mean. It wasn't supposed to mean...
It wasn't supposed to be a status symbol. It was supposed to be verification for security.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's that guy that, he's saying this on his Instagram, not the fake accounts. It was really just to avoid that. But people found out a way, okay, how do we manipulate and bribe the people with portals? Because we can't get the supervisors. What are they looking for? How do we work with them? Okay, so they need all this press. How do we work in the press department? And people figured out all behind the scenes. Okay, they need a Forbes article. They need 15 support articles. They want the pictures like this. They want the account like that. This many minimum followers, whatever. They figured out exactly what the criteria is to send to a supervisor while bribing someone with a portal.
Yes.
And that's what it was. So then they had all these internet kids. These people with portals, it was really hard to meet them. They would come to someone like this legend in LA. You probably know his name. I do not want to say his name. But they would come to people like him and one of my best friends.
Was this the guy who didn't pay you?
No, not him.
Okay.
Yeah. Some other, I'll tell you about him later, but I don't want to say his name because I'm scared to death of him. He's the biggest villain of our generation.
Okay.
Yeah. And he got caught up in this. So they would come to those people. Then those people would hire people below them to sell the blue checks. So the people selling it didn't really know what the fuck was going on. They would just know, okay, you need to get press, blah, blah, blah. And then these people would get the kits ready. Okay, 15 articles, boom, 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 submit for $20,000. Okay, passed. Okay, now this is the criteria. Every now and then they change the criteria, and then the portal people would just be like, now we need this, now we need that. Supervisor looking for this. That was the whole game. They sold over 10,000 illegal blue checks, and most of them in North America. So that was crazy. But what really got fucked up is the people with these portals also had a button on the portal where you could delete an account or reactivate a deleted account. So now people are getting power, and people are able to delete people's Instagrams, which I think in 2023 is worse. It would harm me or harm you more than breaking your fucking legs.
Yeah, and it was funny. There was a thing where on Vice where you could pay $60. This is probably something a little different, but you could get someone mass reported and get their accounts taken down.
Yeah, but that was the old school way. The new school way was know someone with a portal, and then you had the biggest gun in 2023, which is delete people. Yeah. But then what people started doing is they would extort people. So, okay, Michael Sartain's got money. He lives off his Instagram. It's very important to his business. Let's delete Mike, and then let's send him a little buddy message tomorrow. Hey, saw your IG go down. Need some help? I got a guy that can do it for 10 grand.
Yeah.
Boom, 10K. And then some people got addicted to this, and they were extorting hundreds and hundreds of people.
It's so crazy how many girls were super happy with this guy in Turkey who sent them that message, not realizing it was the guy in Turkey who took your account down.
Well, that's exactly it. Yeah. So the Indians and Turkish, they have different laws over there, and the ones that work at Meta in India and in Turkey, they don't give a fuck. They're using whoever has a portal is just extorting. They're deleting people's blue checks and saying you want to get re-verified. They're deleting hot girls' Instagrams because they know they live off it for their OnlyFans. And this week, I know 24 girls that have messaged me, 24 in the last 2 weeks, saying my IG's down, my IG's down.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, the ex, Viking Barbie, whose episode came out this week, fucked me up. Francetti's episode came out 2 weeks ago. Fuck me up. It's fucking my shit up now because they're deleting the girls whose pillow talks are about to come out. But it's the motherfuckers that hit them up and be like, do you need it back? So Zuck needs to do something. And he thought Meta Verified would fix it. But guess what? You can't go and talk to customer service and support when your account's down.
Yeah.
So what the fuck does Meta Verified do? Oh, no. We help you when you get deleted. No, you don't. Because you can't log in to talk to you, Zuck.
Yeah, it's really funny because they built a platform off the backs of attractive women, and then they are the first people to abandon those same women.
It's insane.
Yeah, it really is one of the craziest things. They're going to act like that's not. It's really funny when Instagram acts like they're anything else other than that.
Yeah.
Instagram was a portal for women in the Western Hemisphere to show off their bodies to men in the Eastern Hemisphere.
Dating app.
That was it.
It's a dating app.
No, but I'm saying the majority of the traffic, the majority of the engagement was women in the Western Hemisphere showing their bodies off to men in the Eastern Hemisphere.
And they know what we like. When you log in, the algorithm shows you what.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
They show.
It's getting crazy, bro. Where I just say your name to a friend and then I open up my phone and there's Ryan. Oh my God, what the fuck is going on? How do
we don't talk about that enough. It's fucking weird.
Isn't it
man.
weird?
It's
and they're like, no, it's a pixel. It's not a fucking retargeting pixel, bro. I just said this. I've never talked about this thing before.
That's fucking weird.
It is crazy that shit happens.
And also what's crazy is different countries now have different laws with Meta, and you're seeing girls with mesh shirts, right, and seeing their nipples and tits, but they're uploading from those countries, which is fucked because if a girl shows even a little bit of a nip slip in the U.S., they'll ban your account for life.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's nuts. Yeah, they can get through it with the shear. Or
and then on TikTok, they're allowing breastfeeding, but girls can't shake their ass in a thong,
bro,
or in a fucking.
I'm just gonna say this, man. If you go on TikTok and like if you're a dude and you just act gay, they will never take your account down. I've seen this over and over. Like gay dudes just or someone who's.
So I got my account back that way.
Yeah,
my friend John Hughes. Shout out to John Hughes. He told me.
So I've said this before, and like no one told me this, but there's a girl that I know that she's an influencer, and she keeps getting her account taken down, and then she goes, yeah, and I'm dating this one guy, and she's like showing me who he is. He's huge on TikTok, and the reason why he's huge is not because he's doing anything special. He's huge because he never gets his account taken down.
Yeah.
And his content is clearly
shadow banned. Yeah, because of it. That's a bigger
his
part.
account is clearly for homosexual men.
Yeah,
it's clearly for that. And like, of course, his account never gets taken out. I also know another girl, and she has like a 1200cc boob job, and she's Asian. Well, she's a female, but when you look at her, when you see a 1200cc boob job, and she's a tall, skinny Asian, then the thought is she's trans.
Right.
And because of that, she's also never had a single TikTok taken down. I'm sorry, I'm just calling it out, dude. Like, if I'm wrong, then prove me wrong. Go through all of the heterosexual-looking curvy women you know, every single one of them on TikTok, and then you send me the IG or the TikTok account of the one of those girls who has never had their TikTok taken down.
She looks.
Show me the one normal-looking girl.
She has an Adam's apple.
Who has not had her account taken down. Yeah. Show me one. You will not find a single girl. And so TikTok is very much pro this and anti this. But as long as they can keep these, creepy American dudes looking at little kids and Daisy Dukes, then I think everything's fine. Because if you're a girl and you're sitting there doing a little dance with your little shorty shorts on and you're fucking 14 years old, TikTok will not take that shit down. No, they won't. No, they won't. As long as you're dancing and singing and shit, then everything's fine. But if you are a normal looking woman that men find attractive, your shit is gone.
Yeah. And that's how I got my account back, because you have to submit forms.
Yeah.
And I kept submitting them, being like, come on, please, please. Nothing. Then my friend John says to me, just say that you're gay.
Yeah.
So I wrote this whole letter being like, look, I'm gay. I was just about to start a whole campaign trying to support the movement because I keep getting bullied. And I think it's bullies that are reporting me because I'm gay.
Yeah.
My account's back.
Yeah, I'm going to do that for Twitter. So I did a debate with a white supremacist, and then his whole crew came after me. The white supremacist did not come after me, but his 15-year-old Spurg fans did, and they mass reported my account, my Twitter, when it went down. And I was just thinking about why don't I just say I'm fighting for the trans community, and I'll just get my account back. Like what I'm saying sounds so if what I'm saying wasn't serious, it would sound hateful, but it's 100% true.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with it, then show me one shred of evidence that what I'm saying isn't completely true.
I didn't mean to tweet that. I had a dick in my ass and
I
a full moon.
I am totally like I actually support if anybody wants to change their gender, I'm totally in support of it. Unless you're under the age of 18, then I'm not in support of it. Okay. Yeah. That's I don't have an issue with it. Well, my problem is like it's so like it's something I don't want to talk about until it's so obvious I can't not talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to tell you your breath is bad, but when it's horrible, at some point I'm gonna be like, this is ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
Right? So that's how I feel about when it comes to TikTok. I'm like, bro, it's so obvious you're pushing this. So all I did is I used to show videos of me like at bikini competitions, so my shit went down. And now I just do videos on a microphone, you know, talking about anything except I can't say, you know, Andrew's name in Romania. Then all of a sudden my shit goes down. Other than that, I'm fine. As long as there's a microphone in front of me, TikTok likes.
So if you say
podcasts.
Andrew Tate in a video on TikTok, they take you down?
They won't take it down, but they definitely
flag
No,
you.
here's what'll happen. You'll say his name.
Yeah.
You'll go viral. Then you'll be ratioed the next 5 videos.
Right.
Because
then you're getting 300 views.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens.
Fuckers.
So the other thing is the giveaways. Can you explain that whole thing?
Yeah, that was crazy. That was some of the craziest days of my life. That's how. So the giveaway people are the ones who were allowed to that got hit up by the people with the portals to sell the blue checks.
Yeah.
So that was the transition. That's how we start. So we saw it was actually what's his name, Scott. He dated one of the Kardashians. What's his name?
Not Travis Scott. Is it Travis Scott?
Scott Disick?
Scott Disick.
Yeah.
He started this with the Kardashians. Genius. He said, okay, Kim Kardashian is going to give away $10,000 worth of Louis Vuitton, and she's going to say, hey, follow these 80 people. On the back end, those 80 people are paying $10,000. And then boom, he makes, how much money is that? 800,000?
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
800,000. And he was doing that every month. And we saw that and we are like, holy shit. And then 2 other companies saw it too. So we were 4 companies doing it. Scott was doing it crazy. But we jumped in right away. And we had a few celebrity friends. So we had Francesca Farrago. We did our first one with Summer Rae. And it was unbelievable. The money that people would pay for real followers, because these are real people following.
Yeah, I mean, the engagement drops off. Man, Summer Rae, what a crazy story that is. Like, her mom buys her a fucking porn star's IG, and then she
It was like an
over.
ass crazy account.
Yeah, it was really crazy. I'm not saying she's not an attractive girl. She is, but like she really like skipped several levels by doing that.
And she owned it. But you know what? She did take it up to where it is now.
Yeah, of course. I'm not saying she's a pretty girl. Like she pulled it off. But like that's one way to get out of the crowd right there, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing.
And the first and only to do it.
People buying accounts to do that. The other thing is people would like make meme accounts, run them up to 100K get followers, and then sell them to people.
Yeah.
That would work too. I've seen that happen before. They started cracking down on those. Who was the guy? Ryan something. He actually was like overtly promoting that he would sell blue check marks on Instagram and got his shit taken down. He was dude in LA. God, what's his name? I can't remember.
I've never sold a blue check.
Okay.
Nothing.
Or
gotten an account back or deleted an account.
Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful.
But you know what? I'll tell you this, Mike.
Yeah.
And you probably get this too. You have people on the show, and that is the biggest tell for how many fake followers someone has, right? Because you have someone on with 12 mil.
On YouTube, yeah.
Well, yeah, YouTube, just your just everything.
Yeah.
You know, you can just tell by the comments and the collab post and the TikTok and the YouTube and the downloads on the audio. And I'm like, you smell everyone's bullshit as soon as you get them on a podcast.
Yeah.
And holy fuck, it's surprising. Some of the girls with like 500 hard K followers, I love them, are blowing girls out of the water that have like 20 mil.
Yeah.
It's like, you fucking liar. You have 200K, you 20 mil bitch.
Yeah. It is
Happens
crazy.
a lot.
There's a club called Bagdad's where you where you want to tell this story?
Yeah.
Because I've never had this happen. Diplo came out recently. I don't know if you've heard him. He goes, I've got a bunch of blowjobs, and I think one of them was from a guy. I don't remember. I was too fucked up.
Yeah. No, I got head from a dude.
Okay, go ahead.
A male sucked my penis. Yeah. Place called Bagdad. It's a live sex show, interactive. $250 to get in. We're staying at the W, and the concierge said, just go there. Don't Google it. I promise you'll have a night you'll never forget. All right. So we go there. It starts at midnight, ends at 6 a.m. Long night. First girl comes out. She pulls out all this like beads of her pussy. Must have been like 4 football fields. We're like, holy shit. Next girl comes out with a light bulb, puts it in my hand, and she puts her leg up here, and she just kind of points at her vagina. So I start, putting it up her pussy, and it would light up. It would light up because the battery was up her vagina.
Oh my God.
And then next thing, my friend JP, they just pull him on stage and they just give him a full-on blowjob.
Oh my God.
Then they bring my boy Pat on and he just fucks a girl in the ass. And it's only 20 people at this little stage that's like spinning a circle.
Okay, so explain this to me. Is this legal to do in Canada?
No, it was in Barcelona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
So this is legal in Barcelona.
Yeah, it's still up and running.
Oh,
It's
wow,
still there.
okay.
It's called Bagdad.
Okay.
It's still there. So
the idea of just like, hey, let me go out with my friends. I'm going to go fuck someone in the ass. Like just random. Hey, what are we going to have a burger and fries and fuck someone in the ass? Like it's just so crazy to me.
the idea really though is there's all these bedrooms all around
Yeah.
and there's escorts walking around the whole night.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something
Yeah.
right now. I do worry, especially for you and me living this lifestyle, that like normal shit is not normal to us anymore.
Yeah.
I do like the fact that I could just have sex with a beautiful woman in a bed and enjoy it and not need weird shit going on.
Oh,
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's kind of good that I can still do that. Like the dopamine receptors are not so fucked up that I need to be on heroin while I'm being spanked.
Getting pegged.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I don't need that. Like hey, you know what I want to do with my girlfriend? Have sex with her in a bed because she's hot.
Missionary.
That's it. Missionary. It's hot. She
Yeah.
brought a friend over. She's like, what do you want us to do? Have sex with me.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
You want to smoke? No, I don't need to do anything. Let's just have sex. Can we just do normal shit?
And then
it-
after we're gonna cuddle.
Yes. So going back to this. So like, what situation? Your friend who got a blowjob. These are all females.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how'd you lose the roulette wheel here and end up with a dude?
So at the end, they say, okay, thank you for tonight. And at this point, we've all been with an escort because there's these like side rooms, you know, and everyone does it because you're so fucking horny. You're watching people fuck right in front of you. But they go grand finale. They pull out a chair and they say it's with this beautiful sweetheart here, big boobs, and she was hot. She looked really good. And who wants to be our taker for the grand finale? 10-minute blowjob on stage, and everyone's got their hands up and they pick me. So I go on. I haven't been picked yet to go on stage. I just did the little light bulb thing, you know. And then I go on stage and boom, 10-minute blowy with a condom. And I was like, you know, half hard. You know, I didn't come, everybody. Okay. And yeah, spinning stage. I'm spinning around, 10-minute blowjob. And then boom, some guy comes out with like a little drum set, like drum line, Nick Cannon shit. And he goes, grrr, boom. Rips off the track pants, huge dick.
Oh my God, bro.
That's how they end the show.
Oh.
And they do that every night. And I didn't know.
Oh man. Like I would like.
And then they say, the guy says, you're gay, and walks off stage. And that's how the show ends.
God, bro.
And then confetti goes.
Bro.
And
like,
that was way back in
I
the
would
day.
just be like, of course, I would not want to do that, but like, I would be worried for the physical safety of that person. You know what I'm saying? That would be. I would have security there. That would be scary. I know some dudes that would get violent if something like that's crazy, bro. If you do that every night, that is crazy.
Yeah,
man.
they do it every night. We went back 3 years later to Barcelona. We're like, let's go to Bagdad again. Fucking legendary night, but let's not go on stage when the chair comes out and grand finale.
Yeah.
So then my friend JP, I was with him again, and he goes on mid set for like a normal blowjob, but they did it in the middle now because now they know people talk.
Oh my God.
And it was just a normal blowjob, and then they did "You're gay," and he's like, "What? Thought that was the finale."
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Some of your friends have sex with a 71-year-old. What is this?
Wow. Yeah. 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 My two. So you know, you asked about the two guys fucking girls.
Yeah.
These two became best friends one summer, and they just fucked only together.
Yeah.
And they must have done 25 girls in a summer, man. 3-4 a week. They were on a bender going out every night, and they would only fuck together.
So you're saying like the game in Toronto is different. You've mentioned this before, like the game in
I
Toronto.
think
like,
my friends are just fucking weirdos.
okay, because like I know, because 26% of men under the age of 30 are virgins, and you're talking about
Really?
and you're talking about dudes like 25 in a summer. That's good numbers for some
It
people.
had to be, it had
Even
to be.
with your homie,
Yeah.
that's good numbers.
No, they do well. Yeah.
Okay, so my point is like the game is different in Toronto. Like it's easier in Toronto. Like what's going on there?
It's so much easier to have
Okay.
sex in Toronto.
Okay.
Because there's so many beautiful women. They all go to Toronto, but there's not that many cool dudes.
Hmm.
So it's the easiest place to fuck a 10 in the world.
Yeah.
Your course is not needed in Toronto.
Yeah.
Everyone's smashing a 10. LA, good luck, boys.
Bro,
Good
you were in
luck.
compete. Like somebody just dropped her off at Katana right after she left your place.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But these dudes, yeah, they were fucking like crazy. And then I was with them one night, and it was one of our friends' birthdays. And there's this 71-year-old, one guy's just joking around like, hey, you want to dance? And he's dancing with her, and she's like an old lady. What are you doing? It's my birthday. I came out by myself. I wanted to come out for my birthday. They go, well, let's give you the best birthday of your life. And they go home with her, and they go to her place, and they have a threesome with her, and they filmed it. I know it's so bad. It's so bad.
Oh my God.
This is the most I've ever laughed.
This is so terrible.
This is back on Snapchat days. They Snapchatted us the whole thing.
Oh, bro.
And at one point, her hearing aid fell out. And the guy picks it up and he's going, how's that feel? She goes, what? He goes, can you hear me now? And he did that. He did that. And we saw this on Snap. The video's gone forever. They're both married now.
Was she happy about it?
She said you guys made my birthday. You
Okay,
guys made my
yeah,
life.
for real. Like that's the only.
But she
saving
doesn't know
grace
they
here.
filmed it, which is probably illegal.
That is probably illegal. Okay, this is the other thing. So you have the Royal Canadian Police there, right? Your father is in the Royal Canadian Police.
Yeah.
You said he was third third from the top.
Yeah.
So how does that hold? So what is his career like? Does he fight in Vietnam? Like what is it like? What is his career like to where he ends up?
Yeah, if you actually Google, he actually stopped one of the biggest bombings of all time in Toronto. It was the subway bombing.
Okay.
And he stopped it before it happened, and it was going to be the biggest catastrophe ever happened in Canada. It was going to be it was Al Qaeda.
Okay.
Yeah, and he stopped them before he got it. How he got it, actually, interesting, was they were sending porn to each other.
Okay.
And on the porn videos, because they kept sending porn to each other. So they got the messages, but they couldn't find...
These are two members of Al Qaeda who are sending porn to each other, and then your
Yeah.
father is uncovering the plot.
Yeah, because
Okay.
he was the head of tech crime.
Okay.
So, yeah. And it wasn't him, but one of his partners figured out if you click on a certain part of the video during the porn video, you'll get the message. And then that's how they were sending it to each other, through porn. So they would send hour-long porn videos of normal American porn stars. But so they had to figure out when to click, and they did all that. But they got it in time for the subway bombing. But it was actually through porn that Al Qaeda was communicating.
Wow.
It was through Nikki Benz.
And that was part of she's who is Canadian, ironically. And that's how he found that. And then he ggets promoted, and he ends up. And you said,
And he's a legend. Yeah.
At one point, you are having a threesome and call your father while you're having a threesome. You're FaceTiming, is that correct?
How do you know all this?
Bro, I do a lot of research.
My parents really support me. I was a dog back in the day at one point through one of my breakups. And, I lived at home till I was like 25 just because they're my best friends.
Yeah.
There they are. I got them tattooed.
Amazing.
I love my mom and dad. I FaceTime them today. And, yeah, they're my homies. My dad would make breakfast for all the girls that I would have over.
Yeah.
And that was part of the experience. Like, if you go home with Ryan, you get to hang out with the dad who will make you breakfast in the morning. He'd drive them home sometimes. Always supported me, everything I did. But he wants me to fall in love and have a girlfriend. I've been trying.
The open relationship that you have with your family with sex is like not what I experienced as a Protestant growing up in Texas.
No, right?
Like I don't even use profanity in front of my mother. Like the idea, like they assume I've had sex, but they don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy when I hear other people say this stuff. I'm like, the idea of like messaging my mother while I'm having a threesome is just so anathema to my existence. Like I can't even imagine doing something like that.
Yeah, I've answered FaceTimes for my mom.
That is crazy.
While having sex.
Now,
yeah.
Client one-on-one calls while having a threesome, yes, all the time. Like I'll stop those.
To be like, bro.
No, I won't even do that. I'll be like, because I don't want to show the girls, but I will be like, hey, if it's an important call, I'll take it.
Right.
I've had guys like on the the balcony, like I'm ending it, and I'm like, okay, I'll take the call, and like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's two girls in bed. I've done that before, but I'm not gonna show my mom. That's never gonna happen. I want to ask you something. The Ric Flair thing, what happened there? Like, I looked for the episode, like what happened? So Ric Flair like has it for Ric Flair to not want you to do something when he brags about banging 1,500 women. It's really shocking to me.
Thank you. 10,000, he says.
10,000 women
Yeah.
he's had sex with.
Yeah.
So what was the issue there?
Okay, so one of my best friends, actually, he's a mentor to me. He is the one who connected us. He's working very closely with Rick on one of his new products. And he said, you got to do Ryan's show. And Rick watched it and said, this guy's hilarious. Let's do it. He's now married to his 5th wife. And he plays this whole, that was in the past type of shit. So the thing is, the guy that connected us told me stories of, dude, I've been working with Rick now 3 months. This guy's still a legend. He's 82 and he's still doing this. He's still doing that. And told me crazy stories. So where I fucked up is I brought up the current stories on the podcast. Everyone else has face value what he said before. 10,000 women. You used to fuck girls with Andre the Giant. All that shit's online. Cool. You know, the girl on the airplane, whatever. I knew inside shit because of my friend that connected us. So I did a lot of that on the podcast. Like I heard last week you had a board call and you answered and did this. I don't want to say it, and then his face was just fucking pissed. And then when I don't know if you saw the clip where I asked him how big was Andre the Giant's dick.
Yeah, I did.
That was his close friend. He was just pissed the rest of the interview.
Really?
Yeah. So I kept trying to get shit out of him, and he just kept answering very weird, like, I love my wife. I love my wife. I love my wife. So I guess the new one, because his divorces are all pretty fucked.
Yeah.
If you actually look it up, like, very terrible divorce. He wants to keep this 5th wife. He's 82.
Sure.
He wants her to be at his funeral, you know? So he doesn't want her to think, I guess, that he's still fucking Ric Flair.
Of course.
But he's still fucking Ric Flair.
That expression was probably worth losing the episode. It was so insane. You've seen Nuck Boys with O.J. Simpson. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So really disappointing because the person who should be interviewing O.J. is me. Like, I have been obsessed with that case forever. I would do the best podcast anyone has ever done at OJ, and I wouldn't ask him a single question about the trial. Like, I would promise you, by the end of it, people would be like, holy shit. That he is one of the most interesting people outside of the alleged crime that he committed. That are, like,
Why you say alleged?
huh? Because I want you on the show, OJ. I want you, Orenthal. Come on down. Come on down to the show. You're right. There's no way you could have got from Bundy to Roxford in 8 minutes. There's no possible way to do it unless you ran a red light.
Why was the font so small for his book, If I Did It?
Huh?
Because
he's trying to sell books.
The word if was so small.
Because he wanted to say, I did it. That's
I
why,
know.
of course.
There you go.
He's just trying to make money. Just
That's
like Mia.
all
Why is Mia Khalifa still Mia Khalifa?
That's all I got to say.
Because she wants to make money. Anyway, I watched that, and what I started thinking about what you just said, and that is they set him up. They're asking about, like, OJ they tried to play him at wide receiver. That's an interesting thing. You have to do some research to find that out, right? OJ, what's his name? George Lucas was his film instructor at USC. That's a fucking really cool fact.
Wow.
He knew George Lucas. That's amazing. Raquel Welch and him were like not like friends. I don't know if they were hooking up, right? And then there's the whole situation where, like, he was there when Chris Kardashian and Robert Kardashian met and were dating.
Yeah.
And when that whole thing happened, like, he was a part of this piece of Americana in, like, when USC and the NFL and all this stuff. And then the other thing is, and I still can't get over this, he plays against the Detroit Lions and, like, Thanksgiving 1976, and he rushes, like, the quarterback throws for 15 yards. He goes like at 3 for 21 for 15 yards, and he rushes for 275 yards and 4 touchdowns, and they win the game. That is just craziest shit ever.
Yeah.
And no one wants to talk about it. No one wants to talk about it.
I've never seen a highlight in my life.
Yeah. Oh, OJ?
Yeah.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
And
I've never seen a highlight.
again, I would do the best interview OJ's ever done. I promise you, he'd be like, okay, that was the greatest interview anyone's ever done. Yeah.
You
No, he won't. Like, I've met him before, and I was with 15 white girls. I was like, hey, OJ, you want to come do my show? Whatever. Anyway, so the thing is, he's friends with the guy who owns this place.
Okay.
Because he's anyway. So John Orlando and the thing is, they set him up the whole time. They're asking these good questions, and at the end they go like, "So you still looking for the guy who killed your wife?" At the very end, and it just turns down. And they promised him they weren't going to ask that shit,
Right.
and so they just broke their promise at the end. They're like, "Oh, we had OJ here." And the problem is, like, while I understand what they're doing, number one, they didn't get the answer they're looking for. Number two, they fucked me because I was probably going to get a chance to interview him, and now no one's got him on a podcast since then. And that part kind of sucks. But that's what I would have done with Ric Flair. That's my whole point. I would have just gone, "You took the bump from here, from this guy, blah blah blah."
I didn't know.
What was the partying like?
I didn't know he didn't want to talk about that.
I watched half of Ric Flair's career. I'm 45 years old. I watched half of Ric Flair's career. I would have a million questions to ask him. And then at the end, it'd be like, not you, Rick, but were other guys in the WWF fucking women behind their wives' backs? What, did that ever happen?
No, he doesn't. He
Jake
answered
the
that
Snake?
on Full Send.
Okay, got it.
It's just about the shit that he's doing this year.
Yeah.
That's it. But I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But fuck, that broke my heart.
Yeah. That
Now I
sucks.
see his clips pop up all the time because he's always viral.
Yeah, it's
His old
crazy.
shit. And I'm like, fuck.
Isn't it crazy how you just can come back like that?
Yeah, he's still viral.
The situation with Adam 22 and Lena the Plug. Obviously, like, that is probably the best-selling video of all time, from my understanding.
I think so, yeah. They said it is, actually.
Yeah.
They confirmed it. Yeah.
What do you align with what Adam did? Like, to me, this is the way I look at it, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it. I would just go make my own money. I understand what they're doing, and they are far more, because they're both very comfortable with adult content. I don't think it's an issue. And I think they're going to do things with multiple dudes and Adam and her at the same time or something like that. So they're in that area already. I'm not. I don't porn, so I wouldn't feel comfortable with that.
Yeah.
But they would. And I try to explain it to guys like this. I'm like, I want to ask you if you take this deal. You get to have 300 threesomes with your wife.
There you go. That's what I said to them.
And in exchange, your wife fucks one dude, and
you make two.
and you make $20 million.
Right.
Would you take that deal?
I said this to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I would like. But no, I wouldn't say to them. I'd be like to the average guy. That's
Yeah.
what just happened.
Yeah. Exactly.
You make $20 million.
Yeah.
Your wife still loves you. You have kids.
Yeah.
She fucks one dude. You have 300 threesomes with other, like, and that's not an exaggerated number. That's what she said, 300.
Yeah.
Okay? 300 threesomes with other women. Would you take that deal? And the guys on my call were like, no, I wouldn't take that deal. And I think they're capping. I think they would.
Oh my God.
A lot of dudes would. But I would.
And by the way, you're an entertainment, you're a creator.
Yes.
You're trying to be famous, and you become the most talked about human on earth.
Like, I ask people this. Do you think that before
People
that
forget
happened,
that part. They got mega famous.
do you think that before that part that Elon Musk knew who Adam 22 was?
No, exactly.
Do you think Elon Musk knows who Adam 22 is now?
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
So, like, from that standpoint, we're the ones who got fooled,
Yeah.
right? But the difference
He
is
doesn't give a shit.
I can tell he doesn't give a shit.
he
He's
doesn't-
owning it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like really, like kudos to him. I couldn't have done that. That's pretty amazing. The thing is, that's different from what Logan's doing,
Yeah.
right? Logan is telling us.
Yeah.
No, Lena didn't
Logan
like it.
is a carpet swiper. Yeah.
Lena didn't like Jason's dick.
Yeah.
She didn't even like it.
Yeah. It was CGI.
Lena was thinking about me the whole time while I was fucking.
Exactly.
That's the only guy Lena's ever fucked. Like if Adam had said shit like that to us, we'd be like, "What are you? Are you a clown?"
Yeah.
But he owned it,
He
so
owned-
that we don't really care.
Exactly.
Adam apparently reached out to Jason on Lena's behalf.
Yeah.
To set the scene up.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so that's why I don't have that big of an issue.
But the thing is, Jason didn't handle it well after.
Yeah.
He didn't play the PR way that they wanted to.
Yeah.
He kind of just said like, yeah, I fucked her better than Adam, and then stopped doing interviews, and then just went on a fucking rampage. And he could have done better. They had to PR train him better.
Bro, Jason's got that fucking California State Penitentiary tattoo shit on his face.
Yeah,
Like I don't know what he used to do before he was doing porn,
yeah.
but bro, he's got some like he was on the north side of the yard at one point. Like that shit there. He looks like he's seen some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But now, how are they going to top it? 'Cause
I don't know.
Now they need to top it.
My only concern was this, and I was legitimately concerned about this, is that certain girls wouldn't do plug talk because he did this.
Really?
Yeah, I really thought that people would find him less attractive because this
that
happened
true,
to him.
though?
What do you mean?
That
I-
girls
I don't.
wouldn't
So I've said this before. If your girl gets cheated on by you, she doesn't lose any clout. She's still hot.
Right.
Guys slide right in the DMs. Like it is the next millisecond.
Right.
If your girl cheats on you, you lose clout. We see it. We see Adam. Adam gained status, but like also lost. Some people didn't like what he did.
Hey, here goes my clout.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like it's much more deleterious when a woman cheats because she can affect our business,
Yeah.
the way people see us. But when women get cheated on, I'm not saying emotionally. Emotionally, it'll hurt for me. It'll hurt for her. I'm not saying emotionally. I'm saying externally, the way the world views a man who gets repeatedly cheated on is very different from the way the world views a woman
Yeah.
who gets repeatedly cheated
Yeah.
on, especially if she's still attractive.
Like LeBron's wife?
Yeah.
All good. You're
Yeah.
LeBron's wife.
yeah,
We all know he's having fun.
yeah,
Cool.
nobody thinks that exactly. That's
Yeah,
exactly my
no
point.
one thinks you suck.
Yeah.
Like Kobe's wife. Yeah, take him back. It's Kobe.
Yeah.
All good.
Exactly. Look at that ring you got. It's
Yeah,
incredible.
exactly.
But the point is, like, she doesn't lose status because of
Right.
that. She's still super high status.
Yeah.
In fact, she's high status for staying with him. But the opposite isn't true,
Yeah.
right? And so that's where things get very, very different. And so that's why I think like it's it's a double-edged sword. And then you also have to like be very careful about like who you bring on as your partner publicly. But
Yeah.
they seem to have it together where they believe in the same thing. So it doesn't seem, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I just couldn't do it, but it was pretty amazing watching that.
But if Lena did that without telling Adam and then came
of
home and
course,
said,
we're done. And by the way, I would have no respect for him if he didn't end it after that.
Exactly.
That's like, because it's not just the
So
cheating,
you
it's
think
the lying.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
So once a girl's sneaking around cheating, you say it's over?
Yeah, so the problem is this, right? So let's just take the anger out of it.
Yeah.
The problem is this, right? If she cheats and you take her back, there's a part of her that's like, he took me back.
Right.
What's wrong with him?
Right.
Okay, there's that issue, and then there's the other issues, like there's another big issue here. If there's any sort of like cluster B personality disorder or bipolar or whatever, what happens is the girl cheated and you took her back. Then she knows that she's still kind of on thin ice. And then when things get rough in her mind, she's like, I need to monkey branch quick because he's going to leave me because I cheated on him.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So now we've double fucked the problem. One, she's losing respect for the fact that he took her back. And then two, she's afraid she's going to get, the ship's going to sink. So she's already looking for the life preserver. Does that make sense?
Oh, so she's already fishing.
Yeah, so like before you get the chance to break up with her, she already sees the signs. In her mind, this is what's happening. And so she goes off and fucks some other dude quick so that she doesn't get hurt. Does that make sense?
Right.
So that's the problem when you take back a woman who's cheating. Take back a guy who's cheating, you know what it's like? It's like taking back a guy who isn't cheating. It's the same thing. They don't act any fucking different. They don't. I'm sorry, like I hate to
That
say
was
this,
the
but
best
it's
one.
the truth.
That was the best
Bro,
one.
it's the truth. Like men should not cheat because you're lying. But this idea that women think that men cheat because they don't respect the women, it's not true.
No,
it's just,
it's
we're
hey,
just-
hot girl penis.
hot girl,
that's
hot
it.
girl, sex, put dick in. There's like nothing. You guys think, what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about her? Like, no, I'm thinking about a burger, bro. Like, I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's not like you don't understand.
Right.
There's all these tricks you guys play in your head or whatever. It's like, I have to be in the right state of mind so I can have an orgasm. We don't.
Yeah.
We really don't.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't. Like Diplo, like, gotta let a dude blow him. Like you don't need to be in the right state of mind. Like if you just don't understand, if you understand Diplo let a dude blow him, you should understand how little emotional relevancy sex is to men, and then stop being jealous.
Yeah.
Or be jealous. It's up to you, but do not equate that to a woman cheating. If a woman cheats, you have taken a vase and you've smashed it on the ground, and now you're taking the pieces of the vase and gluing it back together. And the problem is you can never get it back together.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Once the trust is gone.
Yeah. Now, if you have an understanding,
Yeah.
then it's fine. And if she explains, this is what I do on the side. Have I met girls before that it was like, I was very clear to me that they had wealthy sugar daddies who were paying for their whole life and they were seeing me on the side? Absolutely.
Cool.
And they'd ask me for advice. They'd probably done this to you, but they asked for advice. What does this guy mean when he's saying this?
Right. Cool.
Me and her are in bed and she's asking about her sugar daddy. Of course, it's fine.
We
Just
like that
tell-
because you're communicating.
Just tell the fucking truth.
Exactly.
That's all it is. And LA is not
Tell the
about
truth.
that. That's it. Just tell the truth. And LA's not like that. That's the thing that
That's
makes it
the
so
thing.
hard.
Exactly. I could easily date a porn star. I know you're giving Mike shit, but I could.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the porn sets. I understand it's
No. I said, because I haven't heard this. I would give Mike shit if Mike was acting like she had legitimately changed. I don't think she has.
Okay.
That's my difference.
But I could date a porn star who's fucking dudes every day.
Really?
Yeah, I could. I swear to God. But if she were to go cuddle with another guy or send him a meme, it would destroy me.
Wow. Yeah, I couldn't do that. That's
You know
crazy.
what I mean? Because it's work. I see it. I've been on the sets. Okay, ready? Oh, yeah. What are we going to do today? Action. Okay, now move this way. All right, go again. They're just working. There's no emotional connection. But if they text after, like, good scene today, I'm hurt.
The reason why it would hurt me is not because, like, let's just say, like, I had a girl and she was doing that and she said, I didn't enjoy it. It was just work. I'd be like, he enjoyed it. That's good enough. That's enough for me to not be into it. He enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Guys who work do porn sets are still enjoying the sex they're having.
Right.
They don't need the emotional connection.
I was talking to Mick Blue about this yesterday.
Yeah.
And he's 20 years in the game, one of the biggest legends in porn.
Yeah.
And he said, the reason you should be able to date a porn star, but not a girl who escorts.
Yeah.
And here's the difference. He says a porn star is paid by the porn company and the director, and she is there to please the porn company to get her money.
Yeah.
Escorts are there, and they get paid after, both of them, right? After the job is done. Escorts are there and getting paid by the man with the penis. They're in a hotel room with the man with the penis, and they are there to please that penis to get their paycheck. And that's the fucking issue with your girlfriend.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could date one.
Right.
But I could see, like, seeing one, but not dating one. I don't think it'd be hard.
If you were to date one, though, you see the difference. You'd
Yeah,
rather
of course,
date-
of course. And by the way, if hypothetically, and we haven't done this, but like hypothetically, if she had like a famous female porn star and want to have a threesome, I could do that. But I don't think I could be like, like where I'm like putting trust into it. I just think I
feel like it's my only chance now. 'Cause I feel like I'm
Really?
almost undateable to the norm.
Yeah, I don't. I think you're selling yourself short. You are a tall, good-looking dude who
To the
makes
normies.
No, listen. You're a tall, good-looking dude who makes a lot of money, and you live in Los Angeles. And at some point, you break out, and you're just like fucking driving a Bentley or fucking Maybach or something like that, and you're doing well. Like, girls will overlook anything. Like, I mean, do consider like Karen Lee or Danny D. They have wives.
Right.
Like, you can't say you're not going to find someone.
But-
You're already in the 1%, bro. I don't think you're going to. If you really want this, but the thing is, you have to be discerning and maybe have to leave Los Angeles County.
Yeah.
That would be the thing I would tell you, because those two guys I just mentioned, they don't live in Los Angeles County, do they? They don't keep their wives in Los Angeles County, right? Let's
Kieran?
let's talk about Kieran. Kieran lives in
Studio City.
Oh, I thought he lived in. His wife lived in.
But she's an
LA.
ex-porn star, too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But
No, but I mean,
they don't live in London. They don't live in UK.
No, they're in LA, but he wants to go back.
Okay, got it. Okay,
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I didn't realize that he lived in Studio City. My bad.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you the story. So I saw you probably the first time you and I ever met in person.
Yeah.
We were.
Bays of Toyland.
Yeah, it was the first time. Second time we ever met. It was at the porn. The
AVN.
Spencer Damon Dice was doing the party at Sapphire. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
It was the first time my girlfriend came out to like stay with me or whatever.
Yeah.
And we're there. Two of my exes were at that party, by the way. And we're there, and I'm doing the carpet. I'm freezing my fucking ass off, right?
Yeah.
And Karma Carmen, who, by the way, has stiffed me twice. She didn't come on the show. I have
Really?
so many questions for her.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Best guest ever.
Yeah, she's hilarious. Like, that's why I want her on the show.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be judgmental. And I'm friends with Nara. Like, she should know better.
Yeah.
So I interviewed Karma Carmen, a bunch of other people. Previous to that, I got a message from Karen Lee saying something to the effect of, hey, man, love your show. Great content. It was after I had Monica Holt on. And I was like, okay, obviously this is Karen's assistant. This is not really Karen Lee. It's like, why is Karen Lee watching my show? It's fucking hilarious, whatever. And so we're sitting there on the red carpet. You go in with your crew. My girl goes in, whatever. And then I see Karen Lee over there, and I'm like, he's not going to notice me. And all my life, he goes, is that Michael Sartain? Michael Sartain, what the fuck's going on? And I go, shut the fuck up. That is crazy that he's watching my show. Shout out to Karen if he's Kieran is watching the show right now. But it was like one of these things, and I start talking to him, and we do this skit where I'm like, he's a tech guy that happens to be at ABN and he has no idea what's going on.
Okay.
He goes, what's going on here? I don't even know what these girls are. I'm here. I'm the tech guy. It was really funny. But yeah, it's like, what a cool dude. You know?
The thing about Kieran is he's the ultimate man.
Yeah.
He insured his dick for $1 million.
Okay.
He has the most porn scenes in the world. He slept with everyone. He has a good rep. Everyone loves him. And he's funnier than us.
He's super funny.
Like, it's hard to hate on him because he's a fucking prankster. He's got 100 things to say about me every day. He's always because we have this online battle where we're just beefing every day. I got nothing. I got no
Twitter?
ammo. No, on Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yeah. On our stories. We're always just going at each other. And he goes at me every day. He's fucking clever. And I'm like, what do I got about this guy?
Yeah.
He's fucking perfect. But I got to pretend I hate him. So I just make fun that he wears a shirt in his scenes, lose some weight. That's all
funny.
I got. That's all I got.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Yeah, it is one of these things where it's like, because you live on the line. You do, because you're around these girls all the time, and the ones that you may fall for, they're right there on that line to where could they be a good wife, or are they just going to fall off and just do whatever? Like, you don't want to like have a girl you really like and then walk in and then she's like fucking a porn star for fun.
Right.
And I've been to Paradise Challenge. I've seen that happen. Not to my girl, but I saw a couple there, and then a dude just like pulls his dick out and like waving in this other girl's face, and she leaves her husband for that guy.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, because the world is, at some level, the world is like that. It's really we're hairless murder apes.
Yeah.
And that part's scary, and you don't want that. You certainly don't want to take that into a family with kids and get a house.
But these porn girls, they fuck less off camera than normal
Bro,
people.
that is another thing that you bring up a great point.
Yeah.
Is like how many of these girls like are really square at home.
You know, bridge builders, they don't go home and build bridges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know what's funny? In college, I dated this one girl. I remember she was named Teresa. She was pre-med. She was a couple years older than me, like maybe one or 2 years older than me. And she worked at a porn. Back then, there were porn DVD and VHF tapes, and like Jenna Jameson's the big. I'm old. Jenna Jameson's the biggest porn star in the world, and she did this job, and she would come home and she would not want to have sex with me. And then she quit the job and she couldn't keep her hands off me. As soon as she got away from that environment where things were over sexualized, I've seen the same thing. Girls get home from dancing at the Rhino or Sapphire. And then as soon as they quit that job, then they're just like super horny. Like because the dopamine and norepinephrine receptors reset back to normal rather than just like trying to deny the fact that these men are touching you. So what happens is you have a girl who's a stripper. By the way, this could happen for anyone.
Right.
Like if you just like people who go to prison for a long time don't like other people in their space. This is just something that happens to them psychologically. Women who strip for a long time, they don't like dudes who they're romantically involved with touching them sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what'll happen after a while. I don't know if I'm wrong. Do you think I'm completely wrong about this?
I stripped for 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, you like it changes the way you view contact for men.
Probably guys that you don't like touching you. Yeah.
Yeah, guys, you don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a lot more.
Yeah, but it changes the way you feel about that, right? And so I can see that whole thing happening. But just my only concern for like guys like us is like I remember being in junior high in church group or something like that, and they were like, these women in Playboy are unrealistic, and you shouldn't expect that, and what they do in these porno movies isn't real, and that's not how the world works. And now I live in Las Vegas, and they all look like that.
Yeah.
And this is how they fucking act. And I'm like wondering if I'm like ruining myself. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's pretty. It's pretty crazy. Like, have we hit the dopamine level to where Bilzerian talks about this? He says one day he's going to shave his beard when he hits $1 billion. He's going to shave his beard and then he's going to go stock shelves at Walmart, and he's going to do that for like 8 hours a day just to like reset his dopamine.
So I ask these girls all the time, "What's the craziest shit you've done?" And all of them have a story about this big movie producer or this celebrity that asked them to peg them in the ass, or this guy likes. It's always the top dogs. They're looking for new shit. So don't you kind of feel like we don't want to make it to the top? I saw Dan Bilzerian talk about it recently about like, I have too much money on board out of my fucking mind.
Yeah.
Well, that happens with girls too. Let's be real.
He literally just texted me. Dan Bilzerian texted me right now. He goes, "You're 30 minutes late. Get the fuck over here."
Let's go.
He just texted me right now.
That's cool.
It's so funny you said
proof.
that. That's funny, huh?
I need proof.
Oh, Lynn. There's Lynn right there. See right there. Lynn.
I know Lynn.
Yeah, Lynn's the director of Cobra Kai. And,
Lynn used to buy my giveaways.
Yeah,
Or
beautiful.
he used to get me celebrities to do them.
Yeah, go. Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, man. Awesome, man.
That was awesome.
It was great talking
I love
to you.
you, Michael
Let's do
Sartain.
another one of these. I will 100%. I'm going to come
and
out. I'll
do
come out.
Pillow Talk.
I'll come out for Babes in Toyland.
Okay,
And then I'll do Pillow
when's that,
Talk.
October?
It's October 14th.
Okay.
I'll come out maybe 2 days before or after that. I'll do whatever you want.
I won't be at Babes in Toyland.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. That's fine.
know.
I'll come out for that. There's a bunch of podcasts I got to do, and then I'm going to do whatever. Have you done whatever podcast?
No.
You got to do whatever podcast.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
for sure. Your
Okay.
audience, 100%.
Go see Dan.
I am. I'm going to go right now.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, thank you guys so much for checking us out. Hey, where can we find you online?
You know what? Go to Pillow Talk with Ryan on everything. Don't even come to me because we're building a brand, not a person.
Building a brand. Okay, beautiful.
You feel
and then
me?
what do you have coming up in the future?
Cancer episode. Stay tuned.
That's incredible. Would you have said yes to that?
Yeah.
Got stage 4
Dude,
pancreatic
Angela
cancer.
White, and I told Angela White last week, she says, why the fuck didn't you ask me?
Oh my
Everyone
God.
wishes they were
Incredible.
on it.
I'm thinking it's the opposite. You're going to have to talk them into it. Now the girls are like, why didn't you ask me? You know what I'm saying? Nobody sits there and goes, Ryan, Michael Sartain, why didn't you ask me? No one does that. But the guy has stage 4 pancreatic cancer and he just gets laid. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for checking this out. Hopefully, this is probably not going to get monetized and not safe for kids. And we will see you guys next week.
Shit, piss, fuck, cunt.